No.
Welcome back to another episode of the Infinite Podcast. Holly was just telling us about New Year's resolutions in the mid-year. Shout out to Soul Tech, man. How you doing? Everyone in the chat, Palpatine, Monad, of course, our moderator that turns up every week to moderate. KC, how you doing? Even if you are just here for Holly, KC, I appreciate you. And Lotus the Spree, who dropped in really, really early when I posted it. So shout out to everyone that's here. I know that Rand has run late. Thank you, Rand, for ruining my show. I will never forgive you. No, he's all good. Been a hell of a week. So full disclosure, before I go to the panel, full disclosure is I've had a hell of a week at work. It was very, very busy, and I did not get a lot of time to go through all of the Gamescom stuff. And there is a lot, because with future great games, there is a lot, man. I'm going to spend the next week just like going, oh, yeah, no, on the wish list, off the wish list, all that stuff. So I had a look at some of the stuff, and I'm excited about a few of them. So I want to talk about those and later on the show. But hell of a week at work. I managed to finish Mafia. Oh, my God. That game started out like, I was like, oh, yeah, this is really, really good. And the story was really, really good, like really, really good. And I saw some reviews saying it's like your typical, where is Sleepy, Grey Monad? He is sleeping, but he is on his way from being woken up.
It's like 8 p.m. there, right? Is it 8?
Right,
is it, what time is it? It's like 7 or 8.
7?
7?
Yeah.
7:30?
Yeah.
He works nights though, right?
Now.
He does work nights.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, there's no reason for him to not be here.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll try to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So. No, don't do that.
It's 7:30 his morning.
We're here 7:30
his morning.
My bad.
No,
so
it's
yeah,
not.
Mafia.
It's evening. Oh yeah, his morning.
Well, his morning. Yeah, he's on lunch. So Mafia, like the story was actually really, really good, and it went in a way I didn't quite expect everything that happened in there. And so the story wasn't bad, but oh my God, the gameplay.
Story.
I'm like, no, did you play it to the end?
I'm on chapter 12.
Yeah,
I don't like this game.
You're gonna play it. But the gameplay, I'm like, so you start out and it like tricks you into thinking this is going to be something else. You've got upgrades, you've got like different things you could pick, different cars you could buy, different clothes you could wear, and like none of that shit is like you can like pick it at the start of missions, but it's just completely linear. None of that shit's like really relevant to the game. There's a huge open world map. You don't use it. I don't know, man. I was pretty fucking disappointed in the end, and I would give it a 6. And it feels like it's a game where they were going to go that open world route. And then they just ran out of time, and they're like, "Fuck it, we just do the linear missions that we set inside the open world. We're not going to do any of the side mission stuff, none of that stuff." That's what it feels like. Feels like a cut down experience, and I can see why they charge the amount they charge for it. But let me introduce everyone because I'm just getting it. Holly, how's your week been? What have you been up to? We do have Umbra in the green room who can stay there for the next 20 minutes as punishment for not turning up on time. How's your week been? What have you been up to? How's things?
It's been a good week.
Let me interrupt. I had a great week.
This man up.
Oh, sorry.
Zippity ba. Zippity
What is
ba.
happening here? There it is.
When an Umbra comes along,
that out.
you
Cut that
must zip it.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much. You must zip it.
I am on chapter 12 of Mafia. I just want to finish it. I don't like this game at all. Umbra and I talked about it earlier this week. He finished it. I just had a lot of stuff going on, and I need to finish it, and I will finish it this weekend. At best, I told Umbra it was a generous 6 out of 10. It's more like a 5 for me. It is now. I've never played a Mafia game, to be full disclosure, right? So I don't know how this one compares to any of the others.
They are
Riskit, I
much
agree
better.
with you. I have
Yeah.
no idea what the map was even for. It doesn't matter. I don't even look at it. I don't even know why it's there. I don't know if we're going into this right now, but you did,
Let's
so
do
I
it.
do.
Yeah.
So now I am. The I the story, and I won't spoil anything for anybody. The story, there's like two stories that move along at the same time, sort of, that are intertwined, and the main story is just, I don't even know what we're doing. Like, they're like, go here and do this. I'm like, okay. And go here and do this. I'm like, okay. But then, like, this side story that's more the personal side, it is a story that's been told a million different times in video games, movies, TV. It's just a very standard trope that's not really like built out any differently to make it more interesting. I find it very bland and just, okay, yeah, this is gonna happen. Oh, this is gonna happen. Oh yeah, look, that did happen, right? And then but it's a beautiful game. It's very pretty. I really love the transitions from, like, when you're riding your horse or you're driving a car to a place and you get to about where you're at and you stop moving the stick, but it's already taken over. You don't even realize it. Seamless transitions coming out of cutscenes. The stutter, the UE5 stutter, is all over the place. It's terrible. It's really, really bad. I have had more crashes than I think I've had in any other game ever. That's not good. It's the performance
You played
on
it
it
on
is
PC,
terrible.
right?
Yeah,
played
I
it on
played
PC.
I did.
Well, that's where you went wrong.
And then but and then one of the other things is, it's not a surprise. One of the mechanics is knife fights, right? And
Oh,
I felt
Aftermath.
like some of them were like meaningful, impactful. It makes sense. Let's do this. But a lot of them just felt like, okay, we're just winding up for a knife fight. Oh, yeah, there's the knife fight. Yeah, just fight through this stupid knife fight. Like, it didn't, like,
Yeah.
there were too many to make the ones that are in there that are good feel as good as they are, because you're just like, ugh, like, it's another stupid knife fight, right?
And you've got guns. You know what I mean? Like, if you had those knife fights early in the thing,
yeah.
no one's going to pull out a knife when you got a gun. Like, that's why there's a saying, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah.
Exactly. There are a couple that are later in the game that it kind of makes sense. You could kind of see it, or it's a bigger character that you're facing in this sort of story that's in the game, so that at least, like, oh, okay, well, I could kind of see this one or two, but there's just too many. It doesn't make sense. And I don't love the driving missions. I feel like it's just kind of silly. But anyway, I digress.
Oh, I didn't
I
mind them.
apologize. But you're right too. That was another thing, is there's tons of collectibles, and I don't care because it doesn't really seem to mean anything as far as, like, outside of the buffs, right, that you get. And then the clothing.
I didn't even put any buffs on. I put the first couple on, then I'm like,
they don't
why am I
really
doing
help. They don't even really help. I didn't notice any difference. And then, yeah, the clothing, I don't get it. I had the deluxe edition, and the entire, like, hat section and another section are all locked. I'm at chapter 12. I don't even know how you unlock those. There's outfits that are locked. I'm like, I have the deluxe edition. I don't even know what we're doing here. But and it
You bought the
doesn't
deluxe
matter.
edition? Oh,
I got
shit.
it. I got a good key for the game. I got the deluxe edition for $40. So
what happened, Holly? You used to be Xbox, and then this is what you do.
She
PC
saw enlightened. She got enlightened. I finally got through to her. It took some time.
PC. It's not because of you.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say.
PC's cheaper. That's the bottom line, right? Anyway, so I don't want to, like, totally rag on it, because it's definitely not the worst game I've ever played. I just don't enjoy it. I don't find any satisfaction in the story, and then the combat is kind of mid, but it is beautiful, and the gunplay is okay. It's fine. The horses, I actually like the horses a lot more than the cars, but whatever. I'll be glad when it's over.
Fair.
That's it.
Fair. That's Holly's introduction. That's how her week's been. Mafia sucks.
I'll make sure to come in with my part to correct both of these heathens who just have no vision.
Go on, get.
I'll let my brother Donte get his bars off first because I was late to the party, so I'm gonna let him. I'm an appreciator of order.
I've also played Abiotic Factor, which I cannot talk enough about how good that game is. It is so much fun. I love that game so much. And I played Peak. I've been playing Peak, which has sold 10 million copies, like off the jump. It is hugely popular, and it's just a really fun, good time. So that's it.
Okay. What's Abiotic Factor? Abiotic Factors are actually
so good.
It's like a thing in science. But it's actually a non-living physical chemical component of an environment that influences living organisms and functioning ecosystems. But it's not that. It's a game.
No. It's a Game Pass. Everybody should try it. It's crossplay. It is so much fun. It is ridiculous fun. It's really good.
All right, check it out. Whoa, there was some. What else hit Game Pass the other day that I was like, holy shit! Prince of Persia. That's right. I was like, what? Did they even announce that? So I played a little bit, and it's definitely not it's definitely not as good as the previous Prince of Persia. But Donte, we'll go to Donte. Donte, how's your week been? What have you been up to? How's things? How's life? What's been going on?
First off, shout out to the chat.
I can't understand any of that.
No.
What? What's wrong?
No. He said shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat. Is that better? Are we better now? Are we doing better? Is everyone happy? No. Okay.
All right. First off, shout out to the chat. My week's been cool. Abiotic Factor is like a survival co-op Half-Life. Kind of like.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's like retro, kind of like Half-Life.
Yeah, it's like PS2 graphics, but it's like a really good time, and there's no like severe quests. There's no like direct quest things. You have to find people around the place, and it's overrun by like aliens. You have to fight the aliens, but then you're also like trying to figure out. It's just fun, and it's set in Australia.
Well then I'll play it.
Got to expect all type of manner of creatures in that. Then I'm supposed
all types of stuff.
Yes.
All right. So my week's been good, man. Let me see what I've been doing. So I finished the kind of the story portion, at least of what they've released so far of Grounded 2. So I was knee deep in that. Me and Colt was getting down on that for quite some time, and then I finished the main story portion of it. So now it's just kind of waiting for them to continue to add stuff to it and release it. And then I've been playing a lot of Ready or Not with the homies. Was playing a lot of the Battlefield beta and back into some Starfield. So that's kind of like my little rotation right now. I'm doing some Starfield, some Ready or Not, and I'm gonna go through withdrawals until Battlefield releases. That's my life right now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
My life.
Yeah, I'm like that meme with Pablo, just sitting on the swing.
Yep, that's me.
Staring
over his head. Come on, just release it already.
Just drop it.
Strap it.
I got a lot to say, a bit to say about that as well. And then in comparison to COD, because I know that Holly wasn't fully into Battlefield 6 and Umbra not fully into Battlefield 6, but maybe has played it a bit. And then we got the COD launch as well, so we'll talk a bit about that because that was funny. Umbra, how's your week been? What have you been up to? How was your sleep? And what did you think of Mafia? Because you obviously have to combat the 2 negative reviews that just. I like the story, but the gameplay was just trash. It just got old real quick.
I don't understand why y'all thought the gameplay was trash. I mean, if you played the previous entries, this is not dramatically different from that in any way. I think it's more refined, actually.
Well, what exactly did you not like about the gameplay part? So did everybody disappear?
Have you played the? I should though. I
Yeah,
should be
speak
like,
up for yourself. What did you not like about it? Speak up for yourself.
uh,
Speak, Riskit. Answer me.
So it's totally different to other Mafia games. There's not the repetitive
Also-
gameplay. The missions are sort of different. But I mean, if you go back to the original ones, you're talking like early 2000s. So that's like pretty like, yeah, they're similar because that's early 2000s, but we're in 2025. But if you go back to the most recent one with what was the protagonist's name? Was it I can't remember his name, but he came back from Vietnam and then got stuck into it's like 1970s thing.
Lincoln.
Clay. I was going to say Clay, but I was like, I didn't think it was Clay. Yeah. Well, I should know Lincoln because it's my bloody son's name. But
I'll be back.
yeah, that was sort of open worldish and had side missions, and the world was open. You could sort of drive your car around, do stuff. Even the other the mafias were more open world than this. You can't really.
I think they're more open world as far as where you can go, but you didn't do anything in them. Let's just be real. Like part 3 was the only one where you kind of had any type of, I guess, side missions or whatever you could do or whatever. Part of the first one, 2, and even this one here, you don't do that. You just drive around, and you don't do it during the missions. You do it during like free roam or the whatever they call it, Carpedia, whatever they call that thing. When you test drive like the vehicles, that's it. So it's very similar in that structure. Also, you got to keep in mind this is not a typical like AAA game. It's a AA more or less. It's a shorter campaign, and it's not made to kind of give you that same thing you would get out of a big open world game made by Ubisoft or 2K or something like that. So I take it for that as well. Yeah, so the way it works is same as Mafia 1, the definitive edition, or 2. You go around and get the collectibles and stuff like that. Otherwise, there's not much else to do in those worlds. Just go back and play Mafia 1 and 2. Anybody who doubts what I'm saying, you don't do anything in those worlds outside of the main mission structure.
I did that was it last year or late last year? Yeah. I played the definitives.
Main mission structure is it, and then you would drive the cars. Maybe if you want to do the Carpedia thing, or whatever they call it, and free roam to go get.
But they sort of broke up those missions a little bit better, and like you went somewhere and you sort of shot and whatever, and like I don't know, like you play those missions, like they're sort of interwoven with like action, little cutscene, action, little cutscene sort of thing happen, and the shooting was pretty similar. I definitely give you that, and there was a lot of similarities, but there's no progression.
I will agree on the knife fight part. That part I agree with. Even when me and Holly talked about it, I was like, it was one part in particular that was so dumb where the guy had the gun. I was like, yeah, I'll throw this down and fight you with a knife. I was like, what? Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it was particularly stupid. I admitted that too, and it happened. Like, come on, dude, really? That's like one of those things you watching a horror movie. Like, lady, why are you falling all over the place? Get up. It was one of those types of moments. You know what I mean? So I agree there. But that was basically their boss mechanic, right? Like you're going to do knife fights. So it was probably overused. I would say it was overdone. Like it was too many times it happened. If I agree with Holly, if it would have been lessened, it would have made more impact in that way. But I thought that the parts where it mattered to the people, the big bosses that you had to go against, I thought that it did okay in those moments. It was just something they could have better, I guess, balanced it out. But other than that, man, I thought the story was really well done. I thought the voice acting was superb. I'm talking about English and Sicilian. I've played them both, and stellar work all over right there. Obviously, the visuals are great. Yeah, so I
agree with all that.
Unreal Engine.
I agree with that.
Unreal Engine, Seawolf Swim. Looking great.
I mean, I wouldn't be advertising that because it was crashing all over the shop on PC, but
like I crashed 15, 20 times in this damn game.
I agree. I agree with the whole the story was really, really good. It was really well acted. I actually liked the story because what I think me and you thought was going to happen at the start with a particular dude.
Yeah.
It did sort of happen, but not how expected it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like,
Same.
You guys was
Yeah.
waiting for the betrayal. Somebody to
You
backstab
already know.
somebody.
You
Yeah,
already
I
know
get it.
because it's mafia. You already know how mafia stuff works in the movies
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's cliche in that way. Like that's where I'm with Holly on that part. Where I think we can all agree that like we kind of expected like some type of betrayal, right? Like mafia. That's what we expect, and from what we've been ingested as far as mafia movies and stereotypes. So, but other than that, man, I like the little romance and all. I thought all of that was well done. It kind of gave me that bit of that Romeo Juliet kind of vibe, and I love Shakespeare.
It's
by the way,
most,
it is
it's-
very obvious.
it's the most told generic
It
version
is.
of a love story. There's nothing that makes it special.
Horatio, I bore him on my back 1,000 times. Sorry.
Damn you, Montagues!
Damn you, Montague. Damn you.
Capulets. What's up, Dave Reezy? Oh, happy birthday, Web Dave.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. How old does that make you now? 10? You better get up there. We're going to take access away from your games.
That's
Happy
all I
birthday.
have for happy birthday sprinkles.
We just babies up in here, man. We're just babies up in here.
Yeah. But I mean, listen, I don't fault you all for feeling the way you feel. In my mind, I thought with the romance part, I felt like that probably took a point or two away from Holly. I know how she was like, I don't want this in my games. Where's the shooting? And I was like, see, so I was like, yeah, I get why she felt like that.
I don't mind a good love story. That's just not a good love story. It's like
Tell me tell us a
same
good
thing with-
love story so we can see if you're on point.
What's a
It's
good
the
love story?
same thing as TV, right? Like if it's an action movie, I don't need the stupid love story smushed into a great action movie.
Why
right?
not?
Like,
I like this.
sometimes it works, but most
this.
times it
I just think it's
actually
always
doesn't.
based on that execution is always key, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what
Like,
about-
you execute it right?
What about,
either
what about
way.
Indiana Jones?
Take it
What
from
about
it.
Indiana Jones? Like, because there's like not a love story, but there is a
Yeah,
love
yeah.
story to
That's-
every
that's
Indiana
romance.
Jones.
execute
That's
it
a good
right.
example.
That's
That's a
execute
good
it right.
example.
That's good. That's
Or
proper
even
blending
like
it.
Back to the Future, right? Like that's
Yeah.
you know, like that kind of
Or
stuff.
or
right?
even like
But-
even the Mummy, like it's action adventure,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
But that
love
love
the
story
Mummy.
works, right? It's
OG
executed.
Mummy, at least with Brendan Fraser for sure.
right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Why is Isabella wearing the same fucking
That green
dress
dress.
all the time?
entire
Every
time?
time. Yes.
Does she have another
She's in the
dress?
same outfit all the time. I'm like, she's
Listen, I
okay.
thought about that and I said, well, maybe
Thank
back in the
you.
day they didn't necessarily
No.
change quite like that.
Do you see
Why?
the
They
villa
just-
these people
go
are
crazy.
living in? They bought a villa, but they can't buy an extra set of clothes.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
She
Come
changes
on
like
now.
2 times. Like she changes like 3 times actually. She's in a horse get
Special
up, when you
occasion.
riding the horse.
Special occasion.
She's in a black dress at for a situation, and then she's back in that green one. I didn't understand the green one popping back up again. I said the same thing in my head as I'm watching. Like, yo, you ain't got no blue or something like red or
For
where's
real?
the green dress?
And her hair is
Uh.
always the same too. It
Yeah.
never changes. Like come
Unless
on.
she's in the horse get up, the riding one that changes in that one when she has like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bandana around her head or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did like internally have that same nitpick, but that's like I'm not going to use it as a negative for the game, right? But I definitely did notice it. Like, what the hell you
But
got that
that's
green
like
dress
a
on for?
minor detail that like come on, dude, right? Like I feel like
It
that just
stands
really
out.
shows that like
Yeah.
you really were rushing the gun on this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The art department was like, fuck it, they won't notice. I'm like, I noticed,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like scene
Yeah.
4, and I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
has she bathed? What's happening here?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at Graves. Look at Graves' comment.
So-
You ain't right, man.
I will not put that up on screen, but that's hilarious.
But other than that, man, I did enjoy it a lot, honestly. And I came to an 8. Other people I talked to, they came to like an 8 and 8.5. And I would say, Snowbike Mike, he came to like a 3, I think he said. I'm like, how did you get to a damn 3 out of 10? So
That's
I
the
thought-
one. So I'm with it.
I'm at a
I
I
five.
thought he was a little
so-
too dramatic.
Wait. So wait. Riskit. Were you like on board for the first 3 quarters and then it fell apart at the end?
Yeah, I was fully on board. I'm like, wow, this is really good. Like I was, you even saying it in the chat. I'm like, this is really good. This is the acted well. It's like your old typical mafia. It's your typical mafia story, and that's what I wanted because that's what a mafia story is, right? Like
Yeah.
just when I'm out, they pull me back in, like all that stuff.
I'll be right back.
Like go
I'll
ahead,
be
kid.
back.
I need you to do a job for me. All that stuff, like,
Right.
and the accents, loved it.
Biggie Bitoni.
But then, yeah, about like, I don't know, man, about 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, another knife fight? Are you for real? Oh, this gun, like, I didn't mind the gunfights, but like, oh, this gunfight is still going. Okay.
I thought the gunfights
And
were fine. I didn't have a problem
Yeah,
with
no,
the
they were a
shootouts.
little. Some were a little long. I would agree with
Drawn
you.
out.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it sounds.
I mean,
I think it was a skill issue with y'all because I took them out quick. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Um,
Call of Duty alum over there. I'm just saying you gotta.
Umbra's quick.
he
You heard it here.
shoots and leaves.
Quick draw McGraw is what they call me.
Yeah, look, I mean, I wouldn't give it a 3. I would say like it's a 6. You know what I mean? There was a lot like what they had, the structure of that game, you know, with the upgrades, the suits, the upgrade. I just said the upgrades, the cars, the map, like the space on the map where you could actually drive. You could drive everywhere on that map. You could if you wanted to, but for what purpose you wouldn't. Like they had something there.
For collectibles, really, unless you want to do collectibles. So yeah.
Yeah, but they had something there that was like that they could have really built on if they'd given it maybe another year and filled it out with side missions, you know, some NPCs and all that sort of stuff.
I agree with that. Risk. Again, I go back to the game's budget, right? That's probably the problem, and I don't want to say problem, but I think that's the restraint. That's why it is. Also, going off again, their past games is more traditional in the sense of Mafia Definitive Edition and 2. But I agree with you. If they could have given it a bigger budget so where they can actually give us side missions and stuff like that to expand on what we do, that would have made it much better.
Yeah. I mean, I
What's
may
the point of the map if there's no
collectibles
way to use it? And
Just collectibles, really. Just collectibles and like taking pictures and stuff like all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, look, we should probably actually. So I think I gave the full disclosure. My week has been probably one of the worst weeks I've had at work that I can remember for quite some time. So I've been a little bit out of the zeitgeist, but I got a little bit across it last night. But there's a couple of things I wanted to dive into before we jumped into the main topic, which is GamesCom. Or part of GamesCom is the Xbox Ally's final price and release date has dropped. I've seen a couple of impressions on this, and what people are really talking about quite a bit there is the software improvements. And then I did repost can't remember his name, but I'll definitely give him a shout out. He did repost someone's breakdown. I think it was Cyber Dopamine breakdown, and really sort of a very chilled, non-formal breakdown. So it's on my Twitter, so jump over there and have a look at it, or go to his channel and give him the view. And yeah, just the look, he goes through the software and he actually films that, and just the look of the software looks like some huge improvements. It looks snappy. He says it's comfortable, looks like it's comfortable. So I'm pretty hyped, or I was, until I looked it up on EB Games over here for pre-order to see what it was sitting at. And it is sitting at a cool $1,600 for us. So that's a lot of money for me to invest in a handheld, especially when I already have the best handheld that you can get, which is the Nintendo Switch. So just waiting to see if Umbra was like, what? What? In America, it's $6.99 for the Ally, and it's $8.99 for the Ally X. And the release date, I believe, is October 10th of October. Did I get that right? 16th of October. 16th of October. So coming around the corner pretty quick. Decent looking piece of decent bit of kit. I think it's really, really good improvements. But again, it's not playing your back catalog. It's not really an Xbox. It really is a PC. It depends on how you're looking at it, but to me, it's a PC because it's not going to play my library. So as soon as they get one of these to play, your library, then I'm like
It's-
happy to call it an Xbox. But
Well, it'll
It's
stream your
gonna play
library.
your library cloud on the cloud,
Yeah,
though. If
it'll
you're
stream
gonna
it.
get the PC, you get the PC version of every game they can, and while they're still working on adding more of those, you can cloud stream your console library.
Yeah, the Play Anywhere
heard the
thing
pri-
is the
Yeah.
way they're going forward with that for sure.
you guys heard the price tag there, right?
Yeah.
Price tags are a bitch.
Yeah.
That $8.99 is. But to be fair, the current Z1 is also $8.99. I don't know when it
That's
happened.
what I expected. Though. I thought some
Yeah.
people were thinking it was going to be like a $1,200 machine. So for it to be at $8.99, to me, that
And-
came in around what we thought, like where we hoped it would be,
Mhm.
which is like
Yeah.
$7.99, $8.99
True.
for the Ally X.
And it would have been in the 700 range, I imagine, had the tariff situation not happened. But
Might be a little less, yeah.
and I think they're also using it as a way to say, oh, the tariffs did it, so we got to raise our price, right? Like it's a bit of all of that in a capitalistic way. So I think had that not happened, because you could see it across the board. It happened with Sony, they did it. Nintendo didn't even tell you they just no, we just raised our price. They didn't even rely on the tariffs. They just raised prices on us.
It's FU,
But-
that's why we're Nintendo.
Right. Exactly.
with
And
it.
then they're going to use the tariffs after the fact to raise the prices in mid, probably maybe next year or something, I would imagine, if
Yeah.
that long. But yeah, the prices are a sticker shock, man. I would say, like, if you're not used to that. But I would say that to me, that encourages people to go to the path of what I call the Xbox Ally S risk, where I think that's more of price friendly for those who are not used to that, to the handhelds and stuff like that. And like that can probably ease people into getting into a PC handheld. I would think that would be the better seller. Like the S was, well, that's about 50-50 split we came to find. But I think that'll be the case for this. And obviously the X version would be the one for the enthusiasts. That's the way I see it.
Well, for me, again, if it's not playing my back catalog, and you can say cloud, but I'm not spending $1,600 on a handheld for the cloud. And then the S version, again, what would that equate to? Probably, well, let's say it's 1,000, right? I think it's probably less than what it is. It might be 1,200, I think. But I'm not spending 1,200 or 1,000 on a thing to play my games on the cloud. Like, they need to get this solved. Now, this is not shade, because this is a PC, right? It's not actually an X, like it really is a PC. Yeah, I mean, Seawolf, you guys, I'm not a PlayStation guy. We're just different. I'm not happy to pay like a ridiculous amount of money to play shit like from my console on the cloud. This is weird behavior.
Yeah, Riskit.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary?
Yeah, close to. Yeah, pretty close to.
Right, bro.
Oh.
Is this you without your face?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what? Like, who's he posting? Who's this random dude he's posted on his Twitter? That's you without your beard?
That's not how I look now, but yeah, that was me when I was 35.
I like how you differentiate it. Like, that's not how I look now. Like, no shit.
But look at that. It's stunting, bro. You're stud, bro.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me check you out with the.
Well, congrats to you and the missus, though, man. 10 years. Congrats on that. Just want to acknowledge that.
I'll put it up on screen because otherwise everyone in the thing will be spinning out and going, "What's this?"
I like how he only said another 10 more, and I was like, okay.
I know, right? There's another 10. Like, something she should know about, bro. She's gonna be like 10 years later. She's gonna be like, too old. Time to upgrade. What's going on, bro?
I'll trade her in for a younger model, or a newer model. But yeah, I mean, it's not bang on anniversary, but yeah, it's 10 years. We just hit 10 years, which is crazy.
Look like a young Mel Gibson right there.
I know, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I see you, Aussie brothers.
I see you.
Mad
I don't know,
Max.
I don't know what happened when you look at me now. You're like, whoa. I mean, if you were to tell people that I was good looking at my own days, and haha.
That's life, man. If you were to cut your beard down and, like, you know what I mean, if you lost maybe 10 pounds, 15 pounds, your face will start to look very similar to that. This is all it is waiting age. That's it. I'm sure that handsome man is still under that goatee beard.
He's still in there somewhere.
He's still in there somewhere. That
He's still in
that
there
Gandalf
somewhere.
beard out of the way. You'll be back to where you were at.
Buried under layers
He's one
fat and beard.
gym membership in a focus of heartbreak to be in there for 3 months to get back to this guy. That's all he is.
That's what you need. That is what you need, though. Like, honestly, in my single times, I'm just like, I'm in the gym, like just smashing, reps, whatever.
Yeah,
You know, get a misses, and you're like, well, eat whatever comes my way. That's fine, and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Umbra just went. He just took it to a whole different place.
I'm
right?
glad you picked up on that.
I tried to let it go, dude. I tried to let it go, and then you called it out. So anyway, moving on, because this is a
yeah. So, I did sort of shout it out because Colt jumped in and said congrats, and I'm like, I never thought I would be. I was never a long-term dude. I was always a. I'm not going to say what I used to call myself, but I was always. I didn't think I was going to be long-term, and 10 years. So I was hitting up Aaron and saying like, can you add this to my achievement list on Xbox? And we could name it Stuck Around. I like that. I reckon that's pretty cool. Everyone should get a Stuck Around achievement, I think, for Xbox at this point. Well, what the hell are we talking about? So the ally. Yeah, for me, it's until I've got access to my library. I'm not really interested. I want that full access to my library and not through cloud. I want it natively. But they know that, and they are working on it. You know what I mean? Like they're working on that back compat. I know there was a leak out through Moore's Law is dead, saying that there's that they don't have back compat, and he's done a bit of an aha moment. But I believe he was talking about the console. Look, they're working on back compat and forward compat, and I know that for a fact. Whether they get to it by the time the console releases, that might be a little bit different. I think it'd be a massive misstep if they release without that. So yeah. So Holly, how you feeling about the ally? Is something you would jump on, or it's not for you?
Well, I have the Ally Z1 Extreme. I have the first gen that came out. So for me, it would have to be a really good price point. And Gray Monad has said a few times, and he's right. They haven't officially now announced those prices yet because they said it's due to we'll price it later based on macroeconomic situations or some weird thing like that, right? So they're not technically released at those prices, but I would expect those to probably be the end result, right? So for me, it's hard to justify getting one of these, although the ergonomics of this one looks a lot better than probably the one that I have, which is tempting. And then obviously it's a better chipset, etc. So I did look up how much it would be to trade in my Ally that I do have, and they're offering $160 at Best Buy, and I was like, oof. Like that doesn't feel like a great price, right? I mean, it's better than
No.
nothing. I guess I could always sell it, but see, that's the kind of
Dude, I'll give you $160. Sorry.
In American that's like 30, right? It's I don't know. Like on one hand I'm starting to get a little bit of FOMO about getting rid of mine and upgrading to that one, but I don't really need it, and it's a little piece of change, right? But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
We got a bidding war. So text like I'll give you 165. I'll give you 170. 170 going once, 170 going twice. 170
in Australia.
I already got my try to find somebody who was unaware, Holly, because I found my cousin and he was like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it to you for like 350.
Yeah.
Umbra's ripping his cousins off. This is great. What?
Well, I was hoping to get I was like, man, if I get 300 for that one, I would upgrade.
Yeah.
But and the one I have right now is still, I think it's still like $500 brand new, right? So 300 feels fair. But and I barely like I haven't used it that much, but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Lucius. Yep.
I would never wish for family like Umbra.
What do you mean, Lucius?
That's your friend. That's your friend.
Easy word.
Listen, my cousin, I co-signed for him to get his car, and it cost me dearly. He owes me this, as far as I'm concerned.
He just doesn't know he's paying that debt.
Exactly. You know,
Best not to tell him. Best to ask for forgiveness than permission.
that's it.
So I say that all the time. Yeah. Look, I feel like anyone who's a bit of a handheld enthusiast is like going to try and offload their handheld. Like the hardcores, they're going to get it. The people who have like bought into the Z1, you know what I mean? Like I can't, and we know those software changes are coming later. So really, you're just paying for ergonomics and a little boost in hardware. I really can't see the value in it, man. Like it's a great piece of kit. And actually for me being on the run like all the time, it works, but I spent a bit of money on the Switch and that's sort of doing me. And then I got my S and I'm like, well, why, I can handheld with the Switch on the plane, handheld on the bus. And then when I get there, like we're good, right? I just set up my S. So I don't know, man, this is a tough sell, but this kind of market's it's a sort of a smaller market, niche market. So success is a different metric. You know, you're not looking to sell 60 million consoles. You're looking to sell just, whatever amount to make that money back. There'll be an on top cost here, so they'll make the profit back. Donte, how you feeling about this one?
What part? The price?
The whole thing. Like, I think generally it's a good system. Like I don't have much bad to say about that.
On the impressions that I'm seeing from people who we know who are trying it out, seems like it's a solid device, right? So it all just boils down to, I think if the price is the, $899, which probably would have been, makes me think it would have been like a, $750 or $800 device. But if the price is end up being that, that's still, if it's less than the $1,200 that I was thinking it was probably going to be at, I think that's okay. But like Holly mentioned, like what we would want to see if you're going to adopt it is that they are going to continue to solve the issue about access to your current library, whether if it's through some type of emulation or not. Because like not everyone is going to want, like I do stream games sometimes to my laptop if I'm kind of BSing at my desk, right? And I'm like, if I'm doing something and I just want to be able to play something that's like casual, and I can stream sometimes from just directly from the cloud to my laptop, and it works fine, but it doesn't beat something that's more of a native experience, right? And that's what I would want for a device like that. I don't really so much care about the idea of being in the other room and specifically streaming it from like my Xbox, or if the internet's acting up that day. I have good internet connection, but still, like a lot of people may not, right? So I think some type of native solution, whether it's emulation, still needs to be something that comes down the pipeline. But like, yeah, the rumored price to me is about what I expected, right? I was thinking $799, $899. I feared $1,200, and so far it seems like it might be less than that. So we'll see if that holds. But I'm just more curious as to like, they're gonna have to build that roadmap out quick, right? So whatever their solution is going to be to get people to have access to their games without just streaming them from the cloud, that needs to happen fast. This can't be like someone has this device and 3 years later you're like, oh, here we go, right? We need to see that be, like sometime come in 2026, or into 2027 at the latest, in my opinion. For otherwise it's just going to be like, all right, everything that's just play anywhere going forward would benefit you, and anything else you got to stream. And I don't know if that's for the price tag. You don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to hear that, especially when you're using it's an Xbox moniker. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think we sort of align there, because if they can't get that running, especially if they're dropping the console, we can't get that back compat, especially the way they harped on about back compat with last gen. It would be different if that wasn't such a feature of this gen. And then to drop that in the next gen, you take something away, you do it with games, you do it with hardware, you take something away in the next iteration, and people don't not notice that stuff. And there will probably be a bit of backlash. So I would, and again, like I said, I know for a fact they're working on it. How long they take to get it out the gate, we'll see. But the software improvements look really, really good, as I said, like for Windows, and that gives me a lot of hope for that console sort of going forward. Like the amount of headway they've made with pushing Windows to the background so it doesn't take up as much memory. The snappiness, the ease of use with a controller, like, certainly gives me hope. And also if they could bring those improvements to the PC itself, you can switch to that sort of mode, and you're playing through Windows. That's something else that for me may bring me around to eventually one day buying a PC. Oh, God.
Got him. Here's the one thing though that I think they really got to focus on, and I haven't heard anything about it, which is they have to make a decision, or I won't say make a decision, but they have to focus on making sure that if they are going to do this Xbox Play Anywhere strategy with games that you play it on your PC, play it on your console, etc., that the PC version runs as good as the Steam version, right? Because otherwise, you have that's what I want. If I'm going to buy the PC version, I don't want to sit there and see someone who's playing it on Steam is not having the issues that I might be having on the Xbox one. Because you know what I'm saying? That would be problematic if that's not fixed.
But yes, that needs fixed. But these machines have access to Steam and Epic and GOG and all of those, right? So
no, I get that, but I'm saying I would want to buy the Play Anywhere version, right? But I'm gonna feel like I would feel some type of way if they're not up to par to what the Steam version is. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want to be able to be I can play it on my console and download it.
Yeah, right. And just go back and forth seamlessly.
Exactly. That's what I want. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even worse is when you think about it, if we put it on the console and then you flip it back the other way, what if because of what they've done with the console and the API, or it's apparently going to be separate API, so CPU, GPU, and all that sort of stuff. What if Steam doesn't run the games as well as they do on a normal PC? You know what I mean? So they've got to get all that right, across the board, because you don't want to be introducing new problems. Sorry, Holly.
No. I don't think I. Well, I mean, my only follow-up point to that was that if this new machine that's coming eventually, right, not this fall, right, but the next machine has sort of the same UI system and all that stuff, so it's even more seamless, right? So everything looks the same no matter what you're picking up. Then if you did buy it on Steam or Epic, whether it's on this new console or the handheld, it would be seamless, right? But until that day, you don't know, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can get it right. Look, we do got to move on to the next topic. Before we do, please hit the like button, share us out. We go live 8 p.m. EST at the moment every second Friday, just because of the horror that I've been experiencing at work. So hit the like button, share us out, do all that good stuff. Give us a bit of a bump, because I'm not hitting the algorithm as hard. Spartan 661 gifted 5 Riskit for the biscuit membership. Soul Tech Palpatine, RSJ Fano 5, Fred Guerin, and Drake Williams, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate it. I will try to get some more content. I actually halfway through a script for a video, but when I say that, you're looking at about 3 weeks minimum before that thing comes out. I'll write it, rewrite it, and then re-record it, and then edit it, and all that stuff just takes a long time. Lotus's Spree gifted 5 memberships. Sanchez MTZ Gaming, Big Mad Mode, Tim Pierre 21, Mark M, and Cinders, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate that. Lotus's Spree, you're an absolute legend, long-time supporter of the channel. And Lotus's Spree gifted 1 membership to Atreyu. Atreyu, shout out to you. Welcome to the channel. Lotus's Spree, thank you very, very much. And Spartan661, thank you guys. Both long-time supporters of the channel, and we appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Even if you just come here and hit the like button and subscribe, that's enough for me. It makes me happy. Soultech, 6 months, baby. Loving it. Yeah, this is EV Mux. I'm not going to say anything bad about EV Mux. Holly, don't get on your high horse. But this program doesn't show me everything. Don't get on your high horse. I can see the look. It doesn't show me everything in the comment section. So they probably need to work on that, EV Mux. If you're out there, look, this one I wanted to talk about, because I was like,
it's pretty low down the list of things that need to get done.
You saying it needs some work? Is that what you're saying? Are you insinuating that maybe it's not ready for prime time?
Here is the slander. Okay, so if you guys didn't know, absolutely crazy. I actually didn't know this, but Helldivers and Halo ODST are doing a crossover event for launch on the Xbox, which is super exciting. And the Helldivers Arrowhead Studios, the leaders out there, said that ODST, which we knew, that Helldivers took a lot of inspiration from ODST, so that's super exciting that they're doing this. And who would have thought that we would have had like a crossover Halo event with a PlayStation studio? I wonder if they're gearing up for something. And what you'll be able to get in this pack is so your weapons. You'll have an MA5C assault rifle, an M7S SMG. I love that gun. The M90A shotgun. That should be fun. And the M6C SOCOM pistol. The armor sets is the A9 Helljumper, 835 Recon, both with passive, which grants stealth bonuses, which is good for me. Really good for Umbra. So he's probably super excited about that. He can hide and run away.
Well, hey, they have an emphasis.
Riskit will still shoot you in the arse. So
I know, right? They have an emphasis on recon and stealth, so that plays into my specialty.
If you run away, everyone fights. Nobody quits. If you don't, I'll shoot you myself. Various player cards and vehicle patterns will also be given. It's 30% increased range from while finding points of interest as well. So that's also helpful. And immunity to leg injuries. So that will help you run away.
Nice.
So Umbra's all over. He's all over this.
No bullets
He's
or
like
wild creatures from Australia will stop me.
He's running and jumping all over the shop. Yeah, man. So I'm pretty excited for this. I loved Helldivers. I know Holly dropped off a bit, but and we all sort of dropped off Helldivers because we all had it on PC or PlayStation, and it was a good time. But I mean, PS5 is not my regular, and if it was on the Xbox, which it will be, I would have just kept it on it, like, in the list, and then like hit someone up every now and again to play the game, But because I'm not really on the PlayStation, I'm still struggling to get through Silent Hill 2. Man, that game is a drag. Anyway, I people loved it, but like it is a drag, man. It's fucking so slow, bro. And I like horror games, but this one's just like, come on, man, make something happen.
Which
Silent
game
Hill
was that?
2.
Oh.
Silent Hill 2 is so intense that I can only play it for like an hour or so at a time because it's just it's great, but it's so just I don't know. You're just on you're just
Oppressive.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's oppressive. But yeah, but you can also hear the monsters. I don't want to go off on a side thing, but you can hear the monsters when they're nearby, and you're like, all right, cool, gun up, I'm ready. You know what I mean? It's like it sort of tells you what's going to go down.
There's there's so few resources in the game too that it's like terrifying because when you hear them, because you're like, I don't have whatever, right? Like it's very, it's
like I can't take on that encounter.
Yeah,
it's tough. Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I'm a little bit, we'll get to this later on with GamesCom, but I'm a little bit annoyed at games that just make shit hard for me. I'm just like, I don't want it to be completely easy, but I want it to be so hard that I'm going to have to redo stuff every now and then, like too much because you're burning up my time. Anyway, this I'm super excited for. And I did not ever think we were going to see something like this. I think it's a great thing. PlayStation bringing one of their titles over to Xbox, Xbox doing a collaboration with Halo to get the fans over on PlayStation prepared for, Master Chief Collection or the remake, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever they're going to announce in October at the thing. And they're like, guess what? One more thing. Jeff Keighley comes out, with his like, one more thing. And you're like, fuck you, Jeff. Yeah, so how are we feeling about this? Look, Holly, I know you're the most massive Halo fan, and Umbra, I know you are. So I'm going to go to you. How are you feeling about this collaboration, especially they're being able to run and hide? I mean, and collaborate.
Yeah, man. Listen, anywhere I can get where those things can get to me is where I belong. But yeah, man, I'm excited. As soon as I saw this, I had woke up to this, and it's so funny because you go back, a year or whatever or so ago when all of this was happening. You look at some of the social media team or responses, maybe from the director of Helldivers. He was not shy about acknowledging that his inspiration comes from some of his inspiration, at least their inspiration comes from Halo and the Helljumpers rather. So like seeing this with the ODST, it's almost, it feels good to see. It's like this weird thing sometimes that happen in gaming where it's like, man, everything aligned just right and we got something here. And it really did kind of seem like a signal to an end of what was. And what I mean by that is, it's like everybody's response was like, oh, the console wars are finally over, everyone, right? like that's what we started to see with things like this. And yeah, it's over. But I love
Not
the
while I
smell of
still have
candy
breath
the
in my
morning.
body. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it just felt really good to see, man. It hyped me up. It hyped me up rather very much so. I woke up to it and was full of energy after I saw it because it was just cool. It seemed like the smart thing to do. It seemed like the natural thing to do, and it happened. It just didn't, it just seems crazy that this will be the introduction for this game coming over here to Xbox side and Halo officially starting over there on PlayStation side, because this will be their literal first piece of any Halo type of whatever with IP. I love it. The War Bond, the legendary War Bond, is more pricey than the standard War Bonds you would get with Helldivers, but I had no problem with
They
that.
got
And
me. They got
yeah,
me.
they the same.
Well done, bastards.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done.
Yeah. Hell, some people were like going over the extra, like, oh, I'll pay more. Like, I don't want that now, but I will pay. I'm definitely going to buy it. Right. But the only thing I feel like they need to do still, and they might be working on it, I'm not sure, but that is cross progression. Once they get that out of the way, they'll be golden, because I've gotten more progress done on PS5 than I did on PC. And and I will get this for Xbox just to reward them, just to be like, yeah, I like that you did this, and that way I can also just jump on the Xbox if I decide to finally dust that thing off. And
Holly's shaking her head, but like, Holly, you have to support the devs.
Yes, Holly. What are you, some type of Game Pass player? Hmm?
I'm curious, but you're 100% right. I'm disappointed about the crossplay, but it's not a hard stop for me, and I'm gonna buy it because I want to. I want to play I want to be able to play the game. Like even my son. So my boy, who's not really what I would call hardcore, but like this Battlefield 6 has brought him back to gaming, but he was playing a little bit of Helldivers before. He'd call me up and say, jump on. And he's like, I can't wait for it to come to Xbox. I'm going to buy it on Xbox because that's just what we're on, right? We're on that system all the time. So if it's there, that's where we're going to get it. And it just feels comfortable, right?
What we got to do, though, we're going to have to like unlock everything all over again, right? Since it doesn't have that, because like everything we did on PC took a minute, right? In terms of like unlocking all of the additional the stuff that you get from your ship, right? Like maxing out the ship, so that,
yeah,
and stuff like that. So it's like that's going to be, I mean, that'll be cool, right? So, but we'll just have to dedicate some time, Riskit, to
smash
beat that up.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And the good thing is you can play across the planet, really, because it's not
PvE. So it doesn't matter.
PvP.
Yeah. We're not gonna be like, oh, that guy shot me before he turned the corner.
Right.
Yeah, that was my last week on Battlefield, man. That was my last. Horrible.
Makes me think of Black Dynamite. I do that.
Why should you come in the room?
Right. But no, man, it's just dope. I wish like that. Like I said, I feel like if they get cross progression, that will be the final thing they need to do. That's really just it. But like Donte was saying, we'll have to just build back up on everything on whatever platform. PC, I got about 9 hours, but I didn't build it all the way up, so I just stopped. So, but Xbox, I'll get in if people are down. People who are hearing my voice on this, and if I'm ever, if you're free and like, hey, you want to play some ODST and Helldivers? I'm like, why not? I spent enough for it.
Be prepared to have Umbra behind you about 50 meters back, and if anything goes wrong, he's not coming to help. Right?
That's not true. Now I'll come and help you. The problem is you can't
murk your boys, bro. You just can't murk your bros, all right?
Right. You can't shoot at me and then expect me to help you. Also, you cannot call in armaments as I'm coming that way and I'm getting blown to bits. Like
so I may have that problem of calling in the 500. That could be my issue. But in fairness, I do give warning. You were
warned. I played with you before. You were warned.
I'm like, listen, it's coming, guys.
I'll just see a beam. And I'm like, what's that beam from? I'm like, oh, damn. Next thing I know, my limb is flying across the screen.
Yeah, but I saved everyone. Yeah, I couldn't save everyone, but I saved me. Ollie, how you feel? I know that you are a massive fan of Helldivers and play it often. No, well,
I'll
how
answer
you
this
feeling
from
about
the standpoint of just being objective about the fact it's coming over, not so much that you care about the game.
Yeah, which is where I was going to go. Like,
What do you think it means for the fact that it's happening?
Yeah.
I
Now
need
go.
some happiness over there. I need to see you smile about this.
She's like-
take your pain from it, because I can see your pain. You've
Yeah,
been
'cause you
struggling
look-
so hard. But
You
just
look
look at it from
irritated
the
by this
fact
Okay,
topic
can I
here.
talk?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
No, not right now. Not right now.
Jeez.
Not right now. Not right now.
We'll get
Okay,
to you
no.
in a moment.
No.
That's fine. I could go back on mute. It's fine. I don't have a lot to contribute to this. I guess I'm very happy for everybody who likes Halo multiplayer and likes and wanted to try Helldivers that couldn't. I just think that I don't know. Everybody's taking Helldivers coming to Xbox as like this massive huge W. As far as like the console perspective about it opening up, not it's a good thing, right? When a game goes to all platforms, period, full stop, right? I don't know how much I feel like it's a huge W in the fact that this means all of these things for PlayStation are actually going to open up. I'm not sure about that. But you know, if you wanted to play Helldivers and you couldn't before, then congratulations, you'll get to play this mid game that you'll
She couldn't help
you'll
herself.
have
She couldn't help
you'll have
herself.
time.
Had to throw in the
You'll-
dig at the end.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, you would do the
That's enough
same
of that.
thing. When
That is
she
enough
gets to
of
Call
that.
of Duty, you guys are gonna dig me in the ground.
No,
So
yeah.
well, Riskit
Oh, yeah.
is. Riskit is.
Oh,
I don't,
yeah.
I don't have
Oh,
any.
yeah.
God, Riskit's.
Did you see the comments? Oh my god, I was in stitches. I'll bring those comments up on screen. Lotus the Spree with the $5 super chat.
Don't encourage her,
really-
Lotus.
Really appreciate
encourage
you,
her.
but you are incorrect on this. Blue Number can do no wrong. That is incorrect.
that is absolutely correct.
Oh my, Lotus, you are enabling this woman's
are.
ego.
But back to this a second. Like it's a multiplayer game, right? Like both platforms should have multiplayer on all platforms, because you live and die by how many people are going to play your game, and there are so many multiplayer games now that like you just don't if you're not everywhere, you die quickly, right?
Yeah.
Even Helldivers fell off like 90% within like 3 months, because they had no content beyond the drop, you know, the initial drop and all of that, which was part of my problem with it. It was like,
No,
it was kind of, it was
they had
fun
a
for like
ton
the
of
first 2 or
content.
3 weeks,
They were
but it
pretty
took a long
consistent.
time. It took too long for that.
I don't know,
for
man. I
the
felt
stuff.
like every 3 months or so they were coming out with something. So I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I'm bugging.
But, well, I would say I only played it in the first 3 months, and I got very tired of fighting the same things over and over and over again.
I think it was you got tired of fighting with the same people. Maybe with the same people.
You mean you shoot me in the back? That does get pretty annoying, I will say. That
But you ran into my bullets. Anyway,
it's just not true.
If you would simply
My
watch the
bullets-
trajectory of his gun in
just
your
not
body,
true.
you would be going
Yeah.
my
100.
bullets were already
mean,
there.
look, it's the thing where it's like, I would play it if everybody really wanted to play it, then I would jump in and play it. It's not like I think it's just absolutely terrible. But I would never be like, hey guys, do you want to go play Helldiver? It's just not. That's just not. You know what I mean? But like, I would play it if people want to play it. I just
All
don't
right, all
think
of us want to
it's-
play it. You down, Holly?
No.
I'm washing my hair that day.
you have been
I would
found
play
out.
it.
You have been
I mean, I would
found
play
out.
it.
Okay.
I would play it, but I'm sure as heck not buying it again. I bought it once. That game doesn't deserve any more money out of me, so I would play it on my PlayStation.
You're supposed to support the devs, Holly.
I did
Support
once,
the
and that
devs.
was enough. I
Mm.
bought the ding dang game. You're welcome. That was my support.
All right. Well, look. Let's move on to the next topic before we do jump onto that topic. Please.
Can
hit
I
the
say
like
one thing,
button.
final thing on that risk?
Absolutely.
No,
One,
no.
one thing I'll just throw out there, just really quick, is I love to see this with the cross platforming, pollination of these IP. It fits in this universe. It's a call to arms for Xbox guys to unite with the PlayStation guys. I think that's pretty dope in that way. But I also will point out it's kind of crazy we don't see Halo cross promotion in Xbox titles, right? Like why is there no Master Chief or ODST armors and stuff popping up in COD, or why is there no COD, the Ghost, for instance, popping up
Master Chief is in Fortnite and he's not.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Like, come on. Like Microsoft needs to get a move on when it comes to that. That's the only thing I was going to say. I feel like this is really cool and I like that. I would just like Microsoft to do more of that with their IP across, other IP. Like they can use that for the multiplayer portions. I would love to see Master Chief armor or something like that inside of Gears or something, right? Like that'd be cool. So
What do you think about, sorry, this is totally off topic, but sort of from what you just said. What do you think if Xbox Game Studios made like fighting game is just what comes off the top of my head, but fighting games are kind of niche. Not everybody likes fighting games, but something where it was
like an All Stars.
Yes, right. Chief, Doom Guy, BJ Blazkowicz. They go down the list. No,
BJ who?
We're not doing that again.
I'll never forget it.
That again. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again.
Still makes me laugh. Can't believe. Oh, it was perfect. It was so perfect.
Yeah, just like your gay one, right?
Yeah.
What happened here?
What did I miss?
Oh my god.
Y'all need to feel like
Let's not go back there. Let's not go back.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah. Slip of the tongue.
We're even, Steven. We can
100%. I think yours is funnier though. But yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. That would be awesome. That would be like so. But that's Killer Instinct, right? That's where they they could do an All Stars or like a Rumble or whatever it is. But they could do a Killer Instinct.
Not do a fighter. I'd rather them not do a fighter. I'd rather them do some kind of like mission based thing where they all have to come in and fight the horde, or you know what I mean, something, right? That would be pretty cool.
I would like to see the Flood come back. I hope with the next iteration they bring that Flood back in, because it look like what they're doing that with Halo. But yeah, look, let's move on to the next topic before, because this is a big one. This is going to cause some heated discussion. Oh god, I don't even know how you would share this. How I can? Oh yeah, I do know how to share it. Yeah, I do. I've got it pulled up on the topics. So yeah, this is Battlefield 6 weekend, but I wanted to talk about this like sort of across the two topics, because Battlefield 6 beta weekend would happen. I know that Donte's a huge fan, plays as much as I do. My second week, I had 110 ping the entire time, so my experience wasn't as good. But that's got nothing to do with the game. That's more to do with where I was. Really loved it. They've got a whole bunch of issues they've got to sort out, though. I don't know that Holly disagrees with some of this stuff, but the sniper glints is got to be toned down a little bit. It also needs to stop showing when you're.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
The computer has bounced back.
You're botting.
You bought it for a bit, but it sounded like it corrected itself, but I wasn't sure.
Oh no.
Well, now it's time for me to start singing. Hello, my baby.
Hello, my
I had an issue with the computer where it just shut everything off and then not restarted, but and then rejigged everything. But anyway, it's got some issues. Sniper glint, you can see sniper glint when people are laying down sideways, and it's like, no, you shouldn't be able to see that. It should be dependent on, they need that accuracy. If it's directly at you, it's a bit bigger. If it's sort of turning, and as they get to that point, you shouldn't be able to see it. I think the helicopters do drive like a bus. I played in a chopper, and I was like, whoa, yeah, this thing doesn't operate the way it used to.
I heard that the vehicles are kind of tough to control in Battlefield 6 or Battlefield in general. Is that true?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the tanks. Tank's a little bit more awkward than it needs to be, but you get used to that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the tank's a little bit more awkward than it needs to be. And I also think that like the explosive, they need to dial up some of the explosive damage from tanks. Like grenade, like fine, and I think grenades are pretty much perfect because explosive spam is bad in Battlefield. Like it can be really bad in specific sections. But when you're like shooting an explosive round next to an infantry target and 2 shots you don't hit dead on, but 2 shots doesn't kill them, that's a bit of a disappointment. Hit detection netcode needs a little bit of an update, but overall, I think the and they definitely need a server browser, man. They need a server browser so you can choose where you want to be, choose your ping, choose what type of game you're playing. Like, they need to bring that back. It just works so well. I didn't like that they did it again, and it really pissed me off. Like, they set the tile up for the open weapons, so you're not locked to a class. You can choose any weapon for any class. They set that tile up in front of the closed, and that people will just obviously pick that one. And it doesn't say like open weapons. It says closed weapons on the closed weapon ones, and then every other tile was just open. And that's bullshit. That's just putting your thumb on the scales from EA, and I think that's crap. And I think that's a lot to do with Vince Zampella. And Battlefield is built on classes and working in a squad. And so if that's not what you're doing with Battlefield, you're sort of taking something out of the game that needs to be there. Your squad needs to support you. So it's a terrible game every time you go in and you play and your squad doesn't do their part for you. And that, whether that's reviving, whether that's taking out tanks, whether or like providing ammo, whatever that is. If people aren't playing their role, it ruins the experience. And so if you're switching weapons around, it's not great. The other thing is it's hard to tell what you're dealing with. Like, you can't tell if you've got an assault class coming at you or you've got an engineer. So you don't know how to sort of get around cover. If you've got an engineer, he's got an RPG and you hide in a building, he's going to blow it up. So you sort of pull back a bit more than you would. There's a lot that needs to sort of work on. But I think they've got really, really good bones, as long as they've got the content there, and they apparently have. And as long as they're sort of working on these things in the background, I think they could drop that build and it would be successful now. Not saying it's perfect. I think it's got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I think COD is dead. Donte, how'd you feel about the Battlefield Beta 6? And then we're going to jump into this COD conversation, and then we'll bring in Holly.
Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it, to be quite honest. Like, I feel like the foundation is super solid, right? It gives me that feeling, not exactly, but pretty much the way I felt when I used to play Battlefield 4. And I agree. Like, it definitely, they got to still tune a few things. I had some issues with like reticle on the guy, shots hitting him, and some guys would go down really, really fast, and then some guys I'm knowing that's a headshot, and for whatever reason it seems like the hit detection is a little off. So they'll fine tune that stuff, which is cool, whatever. Some of the one map that I'm not a fan of is what's the one where it's the big mountain? There's just too many snipers on that map. It's
the one that was almost always in Threshold, or what was the name of that one? Not Conquest, but the other one that's just a little bit smaller. Yeah, thank you.
Breakthrough. Yeah.
It seemed like every time we loaded into Breakthrough, it was either the city or it was that map. Yeah.
So so that's always going to be the game. Like, there's going to be certain maps that people really love and certain maps that they don't like. I'm just kind of rehashing my thought process of my experience. So that one I had fun on, like, the first time. And then every few times that we would play after that, if I would get that map, it was just way too many snipers who like to just kind of sit and hang up on the top of the mountain and just be kind of a nuisance. It's one thing if you're doing something where it's actually contributing to what your squad's doing, but it's just kind of a nuisance. I did see that they did something I'm actually kind of a fan of. They nerfed some of the crazy jump skip movement that some of the people were exploiting, like a lot of the COD players, which I think is fine, because like I think that type of movement, like if you want to play that, that's what COD is for. Battlefield, that's not what this game is for. It's supposed to give a more of a realistic, immersed type of feeling of warfare. And COD will give you the twitch movement. So if you want to do that, I think that's what you have COD for. Battlefield, I don't want to see someone hop, skipping, bunny jumping all over the place and turning 360 on me all the time and stuff. I'm saying? I just don't want to see that. If I want to do that, I'll just go play COD when I want to have that type of gameplay movement. So I'm kind of happy that they announced that they're making some nerfs there. Because they bring it back to a point where it's going to be, otherwise I'll just turn off crossplay, and I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to turn off crossplay, but that's what I'll have to end up doing is if it can get exploited that much on the PC side versus people who are playing on console who won't be able to pull off some of that stuff. But outside of that, man, I had a blast with it. I just right now waiting for the countdown for it to come out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Me too. There was a couple of things that you sort of touched on as well. When I say netcode, I meant the TTK and TTD don't match up. So when you shoot someone, it's a good TTK. Like they've got that time to kill down perfect. I think maybe a slight tweak, one way or the other might get it right. But the time to death, when you feel like you're being shot with an SMG because the bullets like hit detect so quickly and then you're dead, it's not right. So something in the server is they need to fix that. So that's the netcode thing that I talk about. And Rush, which Holly, I think you might have been talking about, but Rush and Breakthrough are very similar. Like Breakthrough was born of Rush. So Rush is when you arm the MCOM. Okay, cool. But for me, Rush,
I didn't play Rush.
Okay, yeah, because like there was not many matches, and the reason being is because they haven't built maps for Rush. They built maps for Breakthrough and Conquest. Like you need to build a map specifically for Rush. Like you need to do that. Rush is a great mode if you get the map right. If the map's wrong, it's just horrific.
They need to introduce some bigger ones, some bigger maps too. Because I feel like what they're trying to do with this one is they're trying to force engagement. So it feels like, like it's a little bit more enclosed.
Trying to siphon some COD too.
Right. And trying to get people into get you into an engagement faster. But you need some of those maps where like you actually can take advantage of the fact that you got you got airplanes on the field and tanks on the field. And it's not all in a small area where like the tank can cover a bunch of ground and be on one side of the map within seconds, right? Like if you need those kind of maps where you do have an ability with a team to kind of like maybe go work because like one side is getting dominated and there's a big like battle happening in one area and you and the team can take a long way around and kind of flank somebody, right? I don't feel like I could really do that just yet in some of the maps that we played. The more urban ones I could, right? The ones where it's like, lots of hallways and lots of streets, those ones you can pick a route. But there's other ones I felt like it feels more enclosed, and I want some of the maps that have some choices to be like, all right, this one's a little bit bigger, and you have room to like kind of sneak around or whatever the case is, right? So
that map you're talking about, the big long one with the mountain in the middle, if you're playing Breakthrough, if your team's any good, they haven't got a wide area to cover to stop flanking. So like you cannot, and there's only one way that's a really good flank, and it's the low side on the right, the left-hand side. And if they're any good, they'll just set up at the back behind walls and start picking you off as you come through. And it makes the game like that's if they're any good. Like, but it just makes the game, it just pisses you off. It doesn't make you peak 13. Yeah, that's the one. It just makes you really annoyed. So let's talk a little bit about COD. So I just want to get my bars out and then I'll shut up because I'm probably going to disappoint Holly and Holly can disagree with everything I say. So first of all, full disclosure, I do not like Treyarch. Never have. Treyarch is I didn't mind Cold War, but they're I've never liked a multiplayer Treyarch COD. And I know a lot of people are like the majority of people prefer that, but like I have always been an Infinity Ward guy. They make the best CODs for me, and I much prefer those. So just looking at this one, I appreciate that they're trying to do something different with a COD because everyone's thing is it's the same shit every year. And that's cool as well. But you got to get that right. No, I don't know, man. I don't know either. Like I just did not feel that trailer. I was like, what the hell is this? But I need to see it, need to play it. And there is a beta coming up. And so for me, like I am a COD. Big Mad Mo in the chat said COD over Battlefield. Look, I've always been a Battlefield player, but I've also been a COD player as well. I play both, and they're both different types of games. But I've always preferred Battlefield. But some CODs I've absolutely loved, and I loved the most recent Black Ops has been great.
If he didn't put it in all caps, he didn't really mean it. So you good.
Yeah, he definitely.
This is true.
He definitely. But I think Mo might have a skill issue when it comes to Battlefield, so I was just querying to see if that's the case. But this made me laugh. So I'll just show this up on the screen, and then we can we'll jump on over to Holly because Holly, I would say, is our resident COD expert. And then we'll jump around the crew and see how we're feeling, and then maybe Umbra, because it's not a massive multiplayer shooter guy unless it is Halo. I'd be interested to see because I know you've played both COD, the most recent, and Battlefield now, and I wouldn't mind getting a comparison about how you sort of feel about it from a more casual perspective, and not in any derogatory way. It's not a casual, I know you're a hardcore. All right, let me show this up on the screen. This is absolutely hilarious. I someone mentioned this to me, and I went and had a look, and I was just like, oh my God, that is solid gold. So this is at the bottom of the, this was the base of the COD trailer. And these are the comments. From a COD player, thank you for making it easy to choose Battlefield 6. You know what? I think Medal of Honor should come back. This actually made me pre-order Battlefield 6. Them putting in the bundle in the trailer is the most COD thing ever. Battlefield 6 for the win. Sorry, Holly. I definitely had to do that. That was necessary. Now, we'll go
I think that's a bit of
you.
recency bias right there, though, where people see
Probably,
shiny
it probably
thing.
is. These stuff always have some level of that, right? People can't just
I
be
would
like,
say 80%
I can
of those
enjoy
aren't
what
even COD players anyway.
I can't just enjoy what Battlefield is doing without trying to shit
Mhm.
on COD and then vice versa. So some of it's recency bias, but I think what I think might be legitimate are those who see like some of the kind of ridiculous skins and stuff that COD keeps throwing in their games, and that can be it's starting to become a turnoff, right? Where it's becoming more Fortnite-y. So that I think is more legitimate than just someone saying, "Oh, okay," like I looked at that and immediately Battlefield better or something like that.
Yep. Holly, you want to take it away? What's your thoughts and everything? Or?
I'll leave you up to you. I'm having a camera issue, so I'll get that sorted in the background while you guys
Get it sorted, brother.
I mean, I have a lot to say about Call of Duty. It kind of depends on where you want to go with it.
What you
First
think
and
about
foremost,
the reveal of the trailer? What you think about that one?
well, I would say first and foremost, I really hate, and it's always been like this. Every single time a Battlefield comes out, it's always, oh, which one's better? Who's gonna, who's gonna tank? And I'm just like, they're just different. They're
Yeah,
different. They play very differently. And I would love to go back and do a real analysis of every time a Battlefield has come out, the sale just the sales from both of them and Call of Duty on the years that a Battlefield didn't come out. And I bet you'll find that the sales really aren't that much different. I bet you'll find that Battlefield people buy Battlefield, and then
COD people buy
COD
COD.
people buy COD, and then there's gonna be a decent set of group that just buy both because
Yeah.
they just like to play military shooters, right? So I like this whole conversation about being a COD killer or like forcing people to say, "Well, what is this? What are you gonna get?" And I just feel like it's really silly and just kind of dumb. Um, what I what I will say, and it's it's the easy popular thing for to people to just trash on Call of Duty all the time. It's
Been
what
the
the
big
cool
dog.
kids do.
Hmm.
It's what the cool kids do, so that everybody else feels like it's cool to beat up on it, and then, and I'm not saying that they haven't earned these licks, right? To a degree, but Call of Duty is like the gameplay is perfection, right? Like those games for as like they pump them out every year. They have very little issues. They always work very well. They find new ways to iterate on movement schemes and better or worse maps, campaigns. That's a whole nother conversation, right? But like Call of Duty has the gameplay down. And even if you hate the way it looks and you step away, when you come back and you get in a match, you're just like, why did I stop playing? This game is so fun, right? Like as far as like the gameplay, it's
Yeah.
just good. It's good. It's very good. But they have put themselves in a corner by chasing the almighty dollar no matter the cost right? With all the skins and the vault edition and the vault pass every single season and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that they can't have vault passes and all that, but there's, people have been complaining about Call of Duty for years as far as the aesthetic. And in the past, it's been a very vocal minority, I think. But I really feel like we are getting to a point where this disgust, I don't want to say disgust, right? But like real displeasure with the ridiculous look that Call of Duty has kind of brought on itself has gotten big enough that today I saw Game Ranks, right, which I watch for a lot of reviews, right, for games, and they do a lot of like list videos, and so Game Ranks is really good. They have over 8 million subs, and they posted a video today to critique and to talk about the aesthetic of Call of Duty and like how it's lost its way and how, there's all of these things, and they were showing, right, some of the stuff. And I think they're at a point where
I agree.
they're starting to get to a point where they're going to actually have to address it in sooner rather than later. And I don't think Battlefield has anything to do with that. Battlefield can, come in and talk about, oh, we're not going to look like COD, and all of that, right? But that's not necessarily to crap on COD. It's for them to try to boost their sales, right? Like Call of Duty and Activision and Microsoft are going to need to look at what they need to do to move forward and address this issue. I really think it's going to come to that sooner rather than later.
Do you think that some of this is cyclical though? Like, because like it's like what I mean by that is like every kind of big player game does this thing where they kind of get themselves too far ahead of the skis, right? Where they get really, really big and then they start doing the things like we're seeing right now, which is all the crazy skins. And then they'll have a moment where there's some backlash where people will get sick and tired of it. And then they'll rebrand back to like their roots, right? Because that's what Battlefield is doing, right? Battlefield kind of got away from that for a little bit. And people were kind of unhappy with 2042. And then this is them kind of getting back to their roots, which is closer to Battlefield 3 and 4. And then the fans are like, oh, finally it's back. So I think COD will end up doing the same thing. But right now they're like that. We're doing all this crazy shiny, get these type of skins, and you can be, you can get this crazy gun or whatever the case is. And then maybe they'll get people burnt out on it, and then they'll rebrand and go back to more of their roots again in a year or two down the line for one of the next versions. I feel like I think that's kind of the nature of how some of these big franchises work.
Well, yes, for normal franchises, but you're talking about the problem is that Call of Duty comes out every year, and Call of Duty has a very broad library of skins, gun packs, all of the stuff, right? And they use it to flow into each new year, right? So, and then what I will say, right, is this year they're doing carry forward. Carry forward is a great thing, right? Because all these people who went out and bought and spent this money on all these skins, whether you like it or not, they spent their hard-earned money. They want to play in it, whatever. They're doing carry forward. So that's consumer friendly. This is going to be the first Warzone that has 4 different games worth of all of those skins and all of the different guns, all of the guns. There's going to be over 200 weapons in Warzone available for people to use, and then all of those skins. I mean,
I got a question about that.
Yeah.
How does that work if you have so many guns? Are they like equal? Because like for instance, well, Halo, you have equal starts, right? There's nobody that comes in, oh, I got the super shoddy or something, right? Oh, I got the sniper. Like you're going to come in with equal starts. How does that work with the guns in COD? Like, are some guns better, literally better and more powerful than other guns that you earn, or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends, right? Because not every, it depends on how you like to play. There's meta weapons for sure, right? But it also depends on how you play, right? If you're crap at a sniper, it doesn't matter if there's a meta sniper, because you're not going to be good at it, right? But Warzone is different, because it's a battle royale. So Warzone, you drop in with nothing, and either you have to go and find a way to get like one of your loadouts, which is like it's a loadout, right? So it'll drop from the sky and you have to be able to get to it. And then you can equip all of your pre-built guns and all the stuff that you have that you want, but you don't just start with it. But multiplayer, yeah, you have to work your way up, unlock it, and then you have different loadouts for multiplayer.
And those guns are better than the standard fear. Like it's like a cheat code in a way for gamers where they get like
No.
better weapons, or
No, they're all the same base guns. It's the attachments and how you choose to build the attachments on it, like to tweak it to your play style.
but they don't
Right.
give you an advantage over anyone else. Like you don't like
Well,
I
you'd
can
have
shoot
to
you
know how to.
faster, for instance, right? Like does it do that?
Well, it's all about the gun build, but you have the same attachments, but you just have to know how to build your gun, right? Or you could go online and find, and that's one thing they're adding this year, which I think is actually fantastic, is you can get a build. Like your friend can just send you the build right in the game, and you can just have the same build. Like if you use their gun and you really like it, you're like, send me your build, right? And
So
it's
it's a
the same
matter of
thing as
that you can do the same build as everyone.
yeah.
But so why so many guns then if it doesn't really matter like in that way? Like so I'm thinking it would
Well,
be
'cause they
something
all
that
play
you would have
differently.
advantage wise, right? It seemed like, oh, this gun is better than that gun. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering.
I mean, for me, it just boils down to like what your style is, right? Because some people,
Yeah,
may
what you like to
prefer-
play with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people may prefer like shotguns. Some people may prefer like MPs. Some people may prefer ARs, right? And are you someone that you care about the recoil, or you care more about the bullet impact because of the heavier
Fire
caliber?
rate.
The
Yeah.
fire rate, exactly, right? Some
Yeah.
people prefer like submachine guns, right? Because they like they're up close real fast, and the rate of fire is so high on it. It doesn't matter if you got like a nice AR. So
it's not that it
some
gives you necessarily
people-
an advantage, but it's like different specs
matches your
and
play
such.
style. It can
Right,
how
like-
your play style is.
Yeah.
Got you. So like better recoil control versus less, but you might shoot
Scopes,
faster.
no scopes, iron sights. Like
Got
there's
you.
all kinds of stuff. There's like
Okay.
eight different attachment points, or I think on each gun. Well, not absolutely every gun, but the majority of them. So,
Okay. Cool. I always wondered that. It's always been something in the back of my mind. I didn't feel like asking, but yeah.
I would say Call of Duty actually does, like, there is a very distinct difference in every gun that you shoot and how you build it, even even the same gun, right? You could pick up the base gun, shoot it, and then you start adding attachments and it will shoot differently. And I feel like Call of Duty is probably one of the best games as far as like making each change feel impactful.
Nice. I gotta get
it's
more
good.
time
It's
at
good.
more. Yeah.
It's good with the builds. Like I'm an MP5 guy, and I can wreck a lot. Like there's meta weapons that are like technically better than the weapon that I run, but my build and the way that I play and that MP5, I can wreck a lobby with that. Like without even if someone's using that meta gun, there's never a guy you come up against that like every single time he gets you because he's got the meta gun. It's got pretty good balance.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not bad like that.
If I could give a few thoughts on it, I mean, I'm not the biggest COD fan.
Did you play Battlefield?
I did. I played about an hour worth of it. Nothing too long, too crazy. It's just not for me. Like it's not, and I'm not trying to trash it. It's just like when I play those, it's like, okay. I play Halo. It's like, yeah, that's it. It's just I'm more attuned to Halo, right? And I've tried, and it's even when I play with you guys and doing like zombies and all that. I was like, okay, yay, okay. Can we play something else now? Like that's, and it's the same feeling. For instance, Holly, you had when you jumped on Halo. It's like, all right, okay, let's get back to COD now. It's the exact same feeling. So it's no shade. It's just I can't. It hasn't grabbed me yet, right? But I will say, look at Lucius. Of course, I know it's nothing, Lucius. He just did that to look weak. He only did that so he can flaunt his 50 hours he put into it. Yay for you, Lucius. All right, okay. But that said, no, I mean the destructibility of Battlefield is really dope. Like seeing that and having all these explosions. You know what it is, or what I realize why I don't get drawn to those games, to like Battlefield or to Call of Duty. It is an overstimulation of things going on. And I am largely like, okay, what do I do now? What's going on here? Okay, I'm getting shot over here. Okay, oh, this is blowing up over here. All right, I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah,
That makes sense. I get it.
it's very chaotic, and I'm always like, where the hell? Okay, who did that? And your mama. That's all I can say is your mama, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, yes, big man Mo. Yes.
Riskit. One
In
of the things
caps, no
they
less.
gotta bring back for which I did not see in the beta at all, is the environmental weather effects. That's something that has been in like the last 2 games, and it's like I hope they don't completely do away with that.
Yeah, and the evolution stuff. Yeah, I'd like to see some of that scripted destruction as well. That would be good. Some of those scripted events would be cool. But I do like that they've come back to that, like everything's sort of destructible. They haven't sort of got it to a level like where they had it in Bad Company though, where like everything was destructible.
No building was safe, and if you thought you were gonna hide up in there,
you could level a map, like just level the entire map if that's what you wanted to do. But COD, Holly, like, I mean, honestly though, is this looking like what you wanted out of the next COD? Like, I was just like, oh, come on, man.
Well, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the campaign?
The huge jumps, the running on walls, all that shit.
It's not wall running. It's only wall jumps. It's not wall running, and there's wingsuits. But look, you have very finite taste about things, right? Like you and like I'm just like let's see. It's Call of Duty. I enjoy Call of Duty, and I like how it plays. I like Infinite Warfare.
Treyarch.
I really like that one. I think that one's great. It's got a fantastic story in it too. Plus, like, it looks like they're trying to take, I mean, if we're going to talk about the campaign and what that looks like, right? They're trying to take the Black Ops story just slightly into the future. And so I saw some people having some issues about like, whoa, they're doing all these weird, trippy, like Inception things. I'm like, but Black Ops has always been about mind control and mind manipulation and, like screwing with your head, right? So to me, that makes sense. I heard some people think might be a little over the top, but who knows, right? Like, it's just a short little trailer. You don't know how that's going to fit into anything. So I'm fine with it. I mean, it's supposed to be 2035. We already have wingsuits now, right? And it's just a little like jetpack style booster thing on your back for a jump. It's not wall running, right? I don't know. I think it's fine.
Okay, we'll see how it plays out. But this is the thing with that sort of movement stuff. It just gets ridiculous. Like, I played a little bit of Infinite Warfare's multiplayer, I think, on a trial, and I was just like, "What is this? This is not COD."
Yeah, I'm talking about the campaign. We'll see what they do with the multiplayer. Obviously, the maps are going to have to be very different if you have, and like Tac Sprint is not going to be standard anymore for anyone. You have to earn the perk, and you have to have that perk equipped, which means that you have to sacrifice something else. So, there's some give and take with some of that stuff. So
yeah, the balancing will be key.
One of the complaints I heard though from people were they were saying like the maps and such are like reused and repurposed basically.
We talk about COD?
Yeah. And then that was their issue with what they saw. It's like some of these were reused and they kind of
well, they are redoing some of the zombie maps. And the other thing to remember too is like very clearly this is a small COD year, right? This is sort of the in-between year. If you notice, like COD kind of cycles a little bit, right? Like Modern Warfare 2019 was big. And then what came after that? Vanguard, right? It was a little bit smaller. Modern Warfare 2 was huge. Modern Warfare 3 was just, we don't talk about Modern Warfare 3, right? So, and then Black Ops 6 was huge, right? Because it was a total revamp. It was a big campaign. It was all of this stuff. And then 7 is going to be smaller, and next year is going to be a massive new iteration,
new title.
whatever's Yeah, and plus they're adding the campaign co-op, which is fantastic because they should have always had that in Call
I
of
like that.
Duty.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, there's
Which
no
is cool.
difficulty
Yeah.
there's no difficulty scaling on the campaign. Like you can't change the difficulty. It will auto scale based on how many people you're playing with at the time.
It's interesting.
And
But
that's
is
it.
it really easy then if that's the case, if it's just one player?
I don't think so. I
I
don't
hope
think
not.
so.
That said, I like that too. I like the 4-player co-op. Who's jumping in with me? I'll do that. I do like the
I mean, you're going to run away. So,
well, this is COD. I will be okay in COD. There's no like monster spider thing chasing after me or something. But bullets, I'm not afraid of. It's the spiders. I don't have time for that. Not in this lifetime. But I like the co-op thought, right? The 4-player co-op. That's pretty cool. Brings back, of course, views of Halo. But also too, I like a lot of different game modes I saw that they added, right? The whole top down or somewhat top down twin stick shooter thing. I like that. I like the fact that it's gonna have all the other stuff like the zombies and stuff moding and all that. I think that's pretty cool. I like the setting and how you'll be able to you'll be globe trotting in this, going from Angola to Tokyo to all that looks really good to me. So, and I do understand what Blue was saying a second ago when she was talking about how it's at this more psychological bend because that's what Black Ops has always been about. So I think people are kind of making much ado about nothing when it comes to that. I think it could be. Now I'll say this: it could be a bit of that. And the Halo experienced this when it did a bit of a codification in like Halo 4. It could be that people are kind of feeling away because they feel like COD is doing a bit of Fortniteification, right? And they want them to get away from that. Like I saw some feedback, people not liking the Beavis and Butthead and right.
Yeah, I think that stuff is real.
Yeah, for sure. Because you don't want that. Like, get your peanut butter out of my chocolate, as they would say, right? So I can understand if maybe that might be a bit of what pulls people back. I would also say too, though, it's a few things I think people reactions are from, because the dislike ratio was crazy. I heard on YouTube, but I think it's a bit of recency bias. People playing Battlefield and yeah, so I'm going to hate on this now. That I think is a bit of maybe franchise fatigue. It could be a bit of, because this is annual, so but not enough where people are going to leave COD. That's not happening. But in 3, I would say, the Fortniteification of things. People probably feeling like, I don't want that put into this game. You've done enough. That's what I would say. But other than that, man, I liked what I saw. And I mean, I'm a casual in the terms of COD, so take my words with a pillar of salt, obviously. But
do you want the dislike ratio? It's 49K likes, 325K dislikes.
Damn.
Those extensions aren't always right either.
It's correct.
It
is correct.
That's crazy.
We'll
yeah.
here's the thing that
people start getting on the hate train. It starts to feel like they just pile. You know what I mean?
I think it's that. I think it's some of that something that's always super popular for a long time eventually will just get some backlash, right? People will just be like, all right, you've been king for so long, and especially if you're starting to do the Fortniteification stuff, and people get a little bit upset, and then it's cool to hate on it because they've been the top dog or whatever. What the true test will be when both of these games release later this year. If it doesn't do well, right, or as well as projected, then that will be like kind of a wake up moment as to like, okay, what does the next COD need to be like, right? Because what are you doing that is potentially alienating your audience? Because that is always something I think that because Microsoft, they're gonna have to consider that in Activision, right? Your big play of purchasing ABK was largely probably due to COD, right? So if it's not able to still dominate, I think that would be cause for them to be like, okay, wait, we need to either give it a break a little bit, or we need to reel it back a little bit from the Fortnite route that it's going, and then bring it back to its base roots.
They have a lot of things to clean up. Just to kind of go a little bit more into Call of Duty, apologize, but one of the reasons that Call of Duty is so successful, and one of the things that keeps it, besides just being Call of Duty, right, but one of the things that keeps it really high on the list is Warzone, and all of the streamers that play Warzone and the big streamers that play Warzone, right, keeps people going back to the game. And the last year and a half, big streamers have been straight up leaving Warzone and not streaming it due to all kinds of problems. One of those being Ricochet and the very poorly
Anti-cheat.
executed anti-cheat stuff. Also, they're having huge issues because Activision is still running on servers like their servers are way too old. They're not functional in the way that a lot of the newer games are, and it's caused a lot of problems for dudes. Like there's Nadeshot, he was a big Call of Duty streamer, and he finally left the game 8 months ago or so, and he made videos about it, and he was like, he was upset to have to leave it, but he was talking about how like these guys spend like thousands of dollars to have PC pros come to their house, put in like the fastest connections, best GPU card. You know what I mean? Like they spend tons of money to fine tune every little piece of their PC because they make a living off of esports and off of being really good on stream, right? Stuff like that. And he was talking about how he was just leaving because he's like, I have people here to fix everything on my end, and Call of Duty is running on these servers from years and years and years past, right? That it's a huge problem, and they've lost a lot of the community due to those things and people kind of poo-pooing COD. And so that's just another side of Call of Duty that is a problem, right? And it's all kind of culminating, and when you have these big outlets talking about it, I think they're really at a point where they need to get ahead of it instead of hoping that it'll just die down and people will just go about their business, because it's a problem. That's why they brought back Verdansk, because they were having like serious dips in Call of Duty on Warzone with the map that they had, and they were like, well, we'll bring back Verdansk because everybody wants Verdansk back and it'll bring all these people back. And I don't know how, I mean, I know they had a good amount of people come back for Verdansk, but I don't know how long they stayed. There was talk that there may not really ever be a new map or a new version of Warzone, right, that's revamping everything because of just the all the resources and stuff that's gone into Warzone that they've let it kind of culminate and create all these problems, and now they don't have the same player count. So anyway,
there is another side of the coin with the streamers thing, though, as well. As I personally think that streamers are part of the problem with the game. And I sent that video through. Actually, I might have just sent it to Donte. Actually, just talking about a lot of the streamers getting on Battlefield's tits about the movement and how they want this and how they want that. Now and it always came back to I do this for a living and I need this to look good for my sort of stream it, for my stream. And Battlefield is not that game, but I also feel like COD suffered from that as well. It's like, we want this so that we can, so it's better for our audience, and we want this, and they are listened to quite a bit because the COD streamers are huge. So I think
I hate that. That's true, because like they have so much weight for that the actual the average fan who plays the game, the majority of the people don't care about, right? So if you're sitting up there listening to this percentage who wants to impress their streamers or the kids who are watching them, and you're basically kind of ignoring the people who are saying, no, don't add that to the game. That's going to basically make the game not as enjoyable, and the streamer gets weight carries more. I think that's a bad model, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of that too. I think they need to start, like, for me, like, there's a bit of like, don't listen too much to the normies, don't listen too much to the streamers, don't listen too much to your metrics, you know what I mean? But then listen a little bit to each one and sort of figure it out. And as well, your play testers, man, those guys are professionals. They sit there and they play the game, and they're in there to find out if it's fun. You know what I mean? They're not in there to tell people, to show people how good they are or any of that stuff. They're just in there telling you like what's fun and what's not. And I think those guys are really some of the unsung heroes in the industry. They're usually the first to get fired as well. So I think, listen to them, a little bit of your metrics, a little bit of your normies, a little bit of your streamers, bring it all together. Look, but at the end of the day, I love COD, man. It's it's a bit of fun, sort of razzing Holly a bit, but I love COD. Always been a bit of a huge COD fan as well. Like, and when Battlefield's fucking up, I go to COD, and when COD fucks up, I go to Battlefield. Like, and hopefully
that's how it's always been.
The duality of man.
Yeah, those things
Right, exactly.
hopefully align when one's good when the other's not. Right? So,
Hey, that's
and
what
to
it
your
is.
point,
Your
going
choice,
back,
right?
Holly, with the whole with all that crap that they put in the game. So I don't think that was a shot at COD, because if you go back to Battlefield 5, you watch that trailer, you know what I mean? We've got
I don't think it was either. I don't think they were trying to shoot at COD. I think they were trying to up their own sales. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, because if you go back to Battlefield 5, you look at they had like metal arms and like, crazy purple hairstyles and like, all this shit you didn't have in World War II. And they were trying to bring that sort of what COD was doing into the game and no one liked it. And they went over to 2042 and then they were like, we're not going to have classes, and everyone's like, what the hell is going on? So it seems like they finally come back to it. COD's got a bit of work to do, and maybe this will be good. But I mean, for me, I just did not. I was like, oh, what is this, man? Twisted up worlds and weird shit, and what wall jumps.
It might be a slightly off-putting, but I think like if you look at the positive for me, like I liked a lot of the different game modes. They got the new skirmish mode. Wasn't that a new one too? They showed, skirmish mode where you get in a windsuit and you get the grapple hooks going. That looked dope, and that's coming from somebody who adored them putting the grapple shot in Halo, as you know, Risk. That was one of the greatest implementations that they added to Halo. I'm interested in seeing how it works in this. You know what I mean? Like they got two big 20 by 20 maps for people. Like what is it? 16 6v6 maps. They're not good.
Don't play those. No. COD does not know how to do anything above 10
battle type map. Okay.
Horrible.
So it's like stuff like that though, man. I like all that. I like, like I said, the zombies mode being put in there, the whole dead ops, like all of that. It sounds really good. I might try. I might get into that more than I would the basic standard multiplayer, because that just doesn't appeal to me. But like doing that and having a 4-player co-op story mode, like that's my thing. Like if anything, even if I didn't play the multiplayer standard, I would do the twin stick part. I would do the campaign. So they got me in 2 ways right there alone. And then the zombies one would be a third. So like for me, this appeals to me greatly. Even though if I understand, like, it might be off-putting for the mainstays of the franchise. So that's my only little 2 cents I have to add. I will say
says we need to add fishing to COD.
Goodness.
What's what people want in that games, by the way? What the hell? I noticed that. It's either that or pet a damn pet or something like that, or a dog or a cat or something.
That's why.
Yeah, something you spend 2 seconds doing it. Yeah. Look, we got to move on to the next topic because we're already at nearly the 2-hour mark, and we've still got to cover GamesCom, which we haven't. But shout out to everyone in chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thanks for sticking with us. We're getting to the Gamescom stuff, which we're not going to cover everything that was there. We're going to cover what we most were impressed by. But yeah, please hit the like button, share us out, subscribe if you haven't. We go live every second Friday at the moment. We're going to try to do pre-records. We're trying to get my shit together, and I'm going to try to take Perfect Dark out of the intro timing thing because that's a bit of salt in that wound. Gamescom. So everything that was announced, let me go through the list. I'm kidding. So look, I'll quickly do. I'll just quickly run over what I sort of saw as my standouts, and there's probably a couple that that you guys may not know, because there was a couple of future games. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I like the look of this.
I saw a lot of what I liked there. Yeah.
So Chronos New Dawn, I think that's got to be one on everyone's list. There was a 15-minute gameplay out on IGN. There was gameplays out on other people's channels. Watched a bit of that, and watched some interviews with the director as well. And what I'm seeing from this is Dead Space, and I fucking love Dead Space. Loved it. So for me, this is a definite win. And honestly, watching the whole
it definitely have Dead Space vibes, didn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. And watching the whole thing, and the playthrough, I literally only have one concern about this game, and the only thing that's sort of concerning is they have a merge. So like, if you kill a bunch of the bad guys, another bad guy comes along, right, and then he can merge with the dead guy on the ground and take on his powers as well, right? But one thing I did see in the playthrough was there was a point where the NPC, the monster or whatever, completely ignored the character, walked past him, trying to get to emerge, and then that made it really easy for the player to then just throw a bit of fire down and take him out. And I'm like, they're gonna need to like make sure that AI is really sort of intelligent in the way that it operates. So yeah, but for me, that's a day one. Like even if the AI is shit, I think that's going to be a great one. Like I'm really, really stoked for that one. I'll run through. Yeah, I'll run through mine and then I'll jump to all you guys. And if you've got Kronos on there, like definitely jump in. Resident Evil, they didn't show us a whole lot. I don't like that they've gone back to the first person view, but I did play 7 and I did play 8 and I did love them. So
it has both views.
Does it? Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Well, I'm glad because they did that with 8. So I'm like, why would they just go back to the first person? But I was just gauging on the trailer that it seemed like it was first person. But yeah, it's some really good acting in there. I was pretty emotional, and bringing back a character from one of the old, I can't remember her name, but one of the older games. It looks like it's going to be a good story. Not overly concerned that it's I know what Umbra will say about that one, but I'm not overly concerned that it's a chick. Just because of 8, because they redid when they did the DLC for 8, it was the girl, and they handled it pretty well. So, she wasn't like overpowered, and she wasn't like an absolute pussy. So, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. Hell is Us. Interested? Not. I'm really fucking sick of Souls-likes. Like really, really sick of Souls-likes. Like stop making Souls-likes.
It's not.
There's other games.
It's not really a Souls-like.
Gotta hope not. Gotta hope not.
Different.
Like, hopefully, if it's like, I don't mind a little bit of a difficult action, sort of Neo, sort of type game. That's I like those games. Like a Ninja Gaiden where it's difficult,
demo.
but it's.
It might still have a demo out. There's been a couple demos, but there is a demo. It's I saw ACG was talking about it today. It was interesting because he said that it's if you lose some health, the only way to get health back is by attacking the enemy. Yeah. And so there's this like balance between stamina and health and your aggression. So I thought that was cool.
That is really cool. But I did see at this, and there's not many on here for me. I did see a lot of Souls-likes, and I'm like, guys, there's other types of games. Like, please stop. Like, leave it to the masters. They've got it. Like, let them make those. And I mean, look, I didn't mind the look of I forget the name of the game because I haven't got it written down. But the second one, it's on Game Pass now. The one where you got the lamp and it changes the world. Lords of the Fallen. I didn't mind the look of it, but I'm just like, I can't do a Souls-like, man, because I just don't have time for that shit.
They are oversaturated nowadays. That's true.
Yeah. Warhammer Dawn of War, super, super, super hyped for that, man. I cannot wait. And I know Monad in the chat will be super, super hyped. Our moderator will be like absolutely stoked for that. He will love that. So me and him will probably fanboy geek out about that one later on. Enshrouded, fantastic to see that coming to Xbox. Disappointing that it's going to PlayStation, but there's that fanboy stuff. No, it's great to see it's coming to consoles. That's fantastic. I can't wait to play it. I heard a lot about it when it happened, and there wasn't a whole lot of content once you sort of got past the initial main story.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully with this Way of the Water or whatever they're calling it, it's probably Avatar, but whatever they're calling it, looks like it's going to be a pretty good release. So again, that's another day one for me. There was a lot. There's already a lot, and I haven't seen the whole lot.
Is that cross-platform for Enshrouded?
Hope so.
If it is, I'll jump in with you and whoever, because I know Cass has been asking me, Holly, and everybody else, are you going to play Enshrouded? And never did.
Are you going to play Enshrouded with me?
I own it. I own it. Never did.
Yeah. So
let's play Enshrouded. Here's one that you guys. Here's one that you guys haven't. You probably haven't seen. But Hell Let Loose Vietnam. There is not enough shooters that go to Vietnam, and there used to be like in the early 2000s, and we just haven't been back there for so long. And I love that conflict in a video game. And I don't know, if there's any vets in the chat, apologies.
Which game was that?
And thank you for your service. Hell Let Loose.
Hell Let Loose.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like you've got vehicles. It sort of seems it's more of a sim than Battlefield. It's more of a simulation type game.
Very, very unforgiving.
Very, very well, it's
Very
a single shot.
slow place, very
Yeah.
unforgiving, very, very, very much like a sim.
Yeah, so it's a single shot. You get shot, and like, maybe 2 shots. But if you
Yeah,
get
you're
shot
done.
once, you're dead. Yeah. So and then you go back. So you play a lot more tactically, and I didn't mind it, but it was just a little bit janky, and I hope they take that jank out.
It was really
and-
slow, like like the walking
setting.
and the stuff is like, yeah.
Like,
Well,
Like,
ready or
I
not.
don't mind the tactical like sim portion of it, right? Where like you get shot once, that's pretty much it, because that's like war, right? You get shot once. If it's if it hits like your torso or something like that, that's probably fatal depending on where the shot's at, right? But like the actual movement would kill me, because like you seem like you walk and run super slow. So, and I think
Like,
that's on purpose, right? So
like Ready or Not. Ready or
Yeah,
Not.
but
you move
yeah,
super
like-
slow.
yeah, like ready or not, maybe even a little slower in hell at this.
Oof.
It's pretty slow. Yeah.
I
It's
looked at
very,
the
very
visual
slow.
for it just now. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Black Myth. So listen, I don't think you can carry they're not Platinum Studios, right? So like I don't hate, like I won't buy anything from Platinum Studios. Now the guy's left, yes I will, but I would not buy anything from Platinum Studios because of their game director or whatever he was. Fuck him and fuck that studio. That's the way and I was getting there with Square Enix and they turned it around. I was getting to a point with like anything from Square Enix, you can go fuck yourself. But I do care about like what studios do, how they behave and things that they do. A lot of people don't, and they don't have to. And people be like, "You're missing out on a good game." Like, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. That's just how I am, and you don't have to be like me, and that's fine. But Black Myth, definitely not buying Wukong. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I've had this argument back and
I'm gonna
forth.
gift it to you.
Like, the evidence is overwhelming that there was a deal.
I'm gonna
Don't
gift
you
it to
give
you.
that to me? Because I'll probably end up playing it then, and then people be like, "Ah,
Get your ass.
you said." But the second
I'm the
one,
same way. I'm the same
Yeah.
way. Like, and it's more because they lied about it and tried to make it look like Xbox's fault. I'm like, I don't care if you're late or you took a bag, that's fine, but don't lie about it. That's a
Right,
problem.
right. Because
Yeah.
like, especially when we see these videos of the Series S actually running it at a good
Mhm.
frame rate, and you're like, wait, I thought that was the story, right? That
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Series S
But
was holding
apparently
it
it
back,
works.
right?
They were
Yeah,
like,
and
"Tools
a
did
year
it."
to the day. Come on, man.
to the
Anyway,
day.
I'm the same as you. Like, it's more a
Mhm.
problem how you handled it than the fact that it's a year late.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But the second one I'll play, and I looked into the I can't remember the actual name of it, Black Myth, whatever it is. But I looked into that.
Jotai.
Did you say Yotai?
I think it's Zaltai. Zaltai.
Yeah, I looked into that,
UI, I believe. Yeah.
and he's
Jon-
like a
I'm sorry,
protector.
Jotai.
He's a
You know what? I'm
mythical.
sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. What the hell am I thinking?
Stop.
It's Zhong Q. ZHONG K. I don't know where I got. I don't know where I got the name
We
from.
gotta ask
Nobody
ChatGPT.
cares. It's 2.
We care.
Move
I
on.
want
We want to get it. We
correction,
want to get it right,
Holly.
Holly. Don't stop our shine.
It's
Let us get this right.
Thank you.
Zonk.
You just want to interrupt and it's
Seriously.
Yo,
Because
Let
it's taking
Zhong-
10
Zhong-
minutes to move past the name.
listen, woman.
so
It's
so
Zhong Q.
so who Zong Q is?
Oh,
Zong
now
Q
I'm a woman.
is like is a mythical sort of Taoist protector of like your household. So you put like a picture up of him. He's supposed to ward off evil ghosts. There's mythology around him, how he's the ghost killer and a bunch of other stuff. So it sounded like a really interesting sort of theme to build. And I love that Chinese mythology stuff. It is good. We don't get enough of it, and I like it. Journey to the West, and as well, the other thing about Black Myth Wukong is it didn't do the story. It was more like a boss rush. So I hope they do more of a story, and it's not as much of a boss rush. And maybe they'll win, and then they won't cry at the Game Awards. But we'll see. I shouldn't say that because people make fun of me for crying in my car when I didn't even do it. So that's it's not nice. But still, moving on. I saw Cinder. So this is one I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, why did game, like, I feel like some game directors sit down. There was another one that was there that's like a massive multiplayer, like online thing. I'm like, it feels like someone in that studio needs to be like, all right, bro, we've gone to enough. Okay, all right, don't put any more shit in this game. Like, we've already got too much happening here. And it just seemed like so much was going on, and like, I don't know. I saw someone saying
you
this is
talking
competition
about?
for
Cinder
Division. Cinder.
City.
Cinder
Talking about-
City?
I think it's
Cinder
Yeah.
City?
Cinder City.
Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh,
It's
I
on
was
my
just like,
list.
I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I'm like, that looks like it's too much. I don't think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be one of those games where they end up like, what was that recent one that was like, it looked like it was going to be amazing, and then they released it, and it was just horrible jank. You played it, Holly. I can't remember the damn
Mind's
name of the
Eye?
thing.
Oh, mine's
Yeah,
it looks
Mind's
better
Eye.
than Mind's Eye. It looks better than Mind's
Yeah.
Eye. Mind's Eye, we
It
can
looked like it was gonna be garbage.
yeah, we saw from the jump that we're like, yeah, this looks vapor, right? This one
Yeah.
looks like
Yep.
it's actually going to be something where, like, yeah, maybe ends up being something that's a high 70s meta or whatever the case is, but more better than
Yeah.
what Mind's Eye looked like. Mind's Eye, I looked at that, I was like, man, that's like a 50 or 60.
Like, dial
That's
it back, man. Like, sometimes less is more. You don't need every shiny fucking thing in the game to get people to play it. And in fact, that'll turn them away. It's First Descendant vibes. It gave me like sort of First Descendant-y sort of vibes a little bit. You know, there's
Didn't that
not
do
as many
okay, though?
naked
Did that
chicks
one-
in there.
Yeah.
That one kind of did
Yeah,
okay,
it
though.
did.
First Descendant
It
stuff.
did well.
We kind of enjoyed that
Yeah,
one.
it did do okay. Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
but
they
you put naked.
coochie skinned in.
Yeah. You put naked girls in there, and then like you can go have a spa bath with them and stuff. Like, you're gonna get a bunch of gooners in there just
Oh, my
loving
God.
it. Shout out to Mr. Bushido. I know what you did.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I buy
All right, cool.
the hot girl bath water? There's gonna be some dude with a toe of water sending it to him. Here's my toe water.
I want to move on because to the panel, because that was sort of my sort of top picks and my main nitpick. Oh, and Keely is a dickhead. I have to say that every year. So
no,
you have
here
to
we
say it
go
every
that
year.
again.
We have to say it every year. He is a dickhead.
He's being a bit limited
um,
on this year's, right? Like, he had a girl doing a lot of the work, leg work.
It's good. It's good. I
Yeah.
think he should shut up more. Holly, let's jump over to you, and then we'll grab your sort of picks, Joe, and then we'll get around.
Chronos. I'm super excited for that. That is one of my top highlights for the last half of the year. Incidentally, if you pre-order it from Steam before it comes out, you get a copy of the Medium for free. Yeah, hate all you want. You get a copy of the Medium for free if you get it.
Medium
from there.
sucked.
It wasn't bad. It's worth playing through, especially if you get it for free.
I mean, it sucked until it came to PlayStation, and then it was good. Sorry, my bad.
I've yet to play
okay.
that.
The Cult of the Lamb is one. I love that game. It's really
Yes.
good. It's getting a very big expansion next year. I'm really excited for that.
What's the name? Something Wool something, right? Wool Haven.
Wool
something.
Haven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wool Haven. Yeah.
I just to add to that, I haven't played. I bought it, but it was on special. Aussie developers, I have to support them.
So
And
good.
I haven't played it yet, and this is a reason for me to jump in and have a crack at it. So I'm super excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna replay through it because it's been a couple of years since. But anyway, that's really exciting. In the pre-show, there were a couple games that really, really got my attention. One was Routine, which I'm super excited for. Routine looks terrifying, but also super cool, and it's gonna be in Game Pass. There was another one that was PKT or something like that. It was that like 35 letter long, sounded like a Russian or East, or like a Ukrainian style name. Planen, and it looked like a bot, like
What?
you're in like a bomb mission control center. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's so bright.
That one looked really cool.
Right.
Yes, I saw. Yes, and you've got to stop the attack. So you get attacked like at the same time every day or whatever, and you've got to have all your ducks in a row, and then have your cannon ready to go. Yeah. That did
it
look
looked
actually
really
all
cool.
right. Yeah.
It's interesting, right? The La Divina Commedia looked interesting.
Yes,
And
and
then-
I didn't mention that one, but that's Sorry to keep jumping in, but that's Dante's Inferno, and I've always wanted them to remake Dante's Inferno because that is a fucking great game.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank you.
but it's a Souls-like. And goddamn. Sorry.
What? What?
Well,
I'm sorry.
it looked good. It looked good.
Thank you.
What?
We're talking-
good.
What are we talking about?
So
Yeah, thank you. What are we talking about?
one thing I want to say about Lords of the Fallen 2 is just really to give a compliment, and people probably heard me say this already, but it's okay. I just really want to give a compliment to the actual studio, because Lords of the Fallen came out October 13th, 2023, And we know that it had some issues, right, when it dropped, and they have worked tirelessly to patch, add content, add features, make the game really good, and they permanently reduced the price of the game. They've done a lot of stuff constantly over the last 2 years to get that game in a really, really good state. People love it now. And here they are secretly working in the background on an entirely new sequel, and it's going to come out in 3 years from the launch of the first game. In
I
this
did.
day and age, that is like unheard of.
Did it feel funny that they just renamed the sequel, or at least the reboot, the exact same name? Lords of the Fallen. Oh, here's Lords of the Fallen again.
A lot of games do it too.
It's kind of funny.
Outer Worlds too. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's a sequel, really, right? But this is like literally the exact same name for a reboot. One. Yeah. Although I've heard this one was like, really good, though. I've heard it was really good. But yeah.
Okay.
First one was like terrible, but yeah.
It was
Silent Hill F. Obviously, I'm interested in that. Cinder City, I was all about it. I thought it looked great. Onimusha looks good.
Yep.
Onimusha is very interesting. And one of my favorite ones was Toxic Commando. I am dumb excited for that game. That looks so good. That's the John Carpenter one.
Yeah, I'm sure it looked good. Yep.
Oh man, I was so excited for that. Just the art style with the like slightly 80s stuff, right? From the it just has that John Carpenter like touch.
And on top of that, it's Focus. I think it's Saber Interactive. So that's the gunplay similar. It's the same studio as Space Marines. So gunplay should be solid, right? You would think.
Yep.
Wasn't Cinder City an MMO, by the way? I believe, right? That's the only thing that stopped me, because I remember when we were watching it on the Discord, I was like, "Oh, it looks good," but MMO. I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, but The Division is an MMO, and it's incredible. It's my favorite shooter.
I don't expect them to get the magic that Ubisoft got with that, though.
But I'm just saying, normally I'm the same way about MMOs, but when you consider like some of them, then I think there's room to have good ones.
It's a potential, right?
Yeah, right.
It's the potential for sure.
Yeah. I'll stop there.
Did you have another one? You don't have to stop.
It's a good list.
I mean, there was a couple others. I was like, oh, maybe, but these were like probably my biggest highlights. And of course, Indiana Jones DLC is going to be cool. That's going to be cool. Hell is Us. Hell is Us is absolutely. I already pre-ordered it. I am very excited for that game. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Well, interesting story, right? That like it looked like it had a really interesting story. So that's where I'm like maybe in. And then the La Divina Commedia, la 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 la. That one looked. That Donte one looked pretty good as well. There's another one that I didn't mention, but we'll see if you guys probably got it on your list. I'd be interested to see.
Zero Parades was kind of on my list too. Okay.
No, it's well, we'll see. Umbra, we'll jump to you. So what were your top picks? What were your what'd you think of the? We'll go around to a roundup at the end of what we thought of the show overall in score. So don't do that yet. But what are your top picks that you're looking forward to?
I liked a lot of what I saw, honestly. In a way, this was some of the things shown here was as good as what they were showing like during the Summer Game Fest and Xbox's event to me. And I love that so much is appealing to me. I do love that. Seeing Black Myth Zone Q. I loved Black Myth. I played it the hell out of it on a PC. Loved it. I do understand people not wanting to support them for what they did here, to lie. And people can say, well, you're not confirmed. It's a lie. I believe they lied. And so I can understand people not wanting to play that. But Zheng Q, like you said, Risk, the whole Chinese mythology and all that, that's cool. So I'm excited for that. They didn't show anything, but the CGI trailer, but they've got the pedigree down, so I trust them. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, looked phenomenal. Although I will say, we were talking about this in the Discord as well. It does look a bit washed as far as the visuals in some ways, the characters at least. So they have until next year sometime, if not beyond, if they decide to delay to get that ironed out. So, but other than that, the combat looks really nice. I love the parrying system. It looks damn fun. Like really hyped for that. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I would never have thought a damn Lego game would capture me, but this is more or less Arkham Knight in Lego form, or the Arkham series, if you will, in Lego form. I didn't care for the Lego. I always thought they were like, oh, that's kiddie little games. I don't want to play that. I'm going to play the hell out of this. Man, I'm down for this. It looks so fun. It looks so damn fun. What was the other one? Chronos, like you guys said, looks really good. Definitely got the Dead Space vibes. Was surprised to see it was actually a lady that we get to play as. I was like, oh,
that was a big surprise.
Right? Yeah. They pulled the Samus Aran on us right there. Yeah. Oh, here's the new Metroid, basically. I'm like, when I heard him talk, I'm like, is that who talked just now? I'm like, that's a lady. Okay. So that was cool. What was another one for me? It was, wasn't there like a surprising amount of tank games? Like all these damn tank games. What's this about?
Yeah.
Right.
The World of Tanks make another appearance.
Yeah, like a bunch of them. Right. What is it? Zero parades or Zero Parades? That looked really interesting, right? And that was, I think it's made by the people who made Disco Elysium.
Yeah. Did you play Disco Elysium?
I own it. I never played it, but I watched like some gameplay here and there.
I'll be interested to see if you like it or not.
Okay, yeah. Definitely want to give it a shot. I own it. Like so many different games I own that I have to. I got a lot to catch up on. What else? We saw. What else? Oh, Daemon X Machina. That looked pretty cool. I already had that wish listed, but like seeing more of the gameplay of it, it's like that mech game, but it looked more fluid, if that makes sense. Like the combat and everything like that. That looks pretty cool. That one game, we only saw a CGI of it. And it was called, it's a weird name. It's like La Divina Commedia. Yeah, weird name. Probably a terrible name, actually, because
it was hard to read the script.
It was. What the hell told them to do that?
Basically, the Divine Comedy.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno. Yeah.
Okay, that's what Riskit was talking about when he mentioned that. Okay,
yeah.
I see. Yeah, I see. So yeah, that looked really interesting though. I like the CGI combat looked cool, but I don't know what the gameplay is looking like, so I can't vouch for it. I will say Lords of the Fallen 2's CGI trailer was phenomenal. Love the angel breaking his neck all up. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, this angel is mean, but it looks really dope. I do want to go and play the reboot version to get into. I've heard nothing but positives for it. It was a few others that I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Oh man, what was that one you said you like, Hollywood, like the robot thing in it, Routine. Yeah. You all remember they showed that like 3 years back. Do you all remember that?
2012 was when it was first announced.
Wow. 2012?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. I remember just seeing like the trailer for it like some years ago. I forgot if it must have been Summer Game Fest, and they showed it, and they had the same gun animation where it was loading up, and then the robot grabbed you by the neck and stuff like that and turned toward you all slowly, all like evil. I remember that. So like, this is cool to finally see it, coming out to that. Resident Evil Requiem Risk, like I said on the show yesterday, I have not played 7 and 8.
Oh,
and I have not.
Yeah, you need to play that.
He needs to play 7, and I need you to stream it.
Oh man, I already know I'm gonna be screaming like, ah!
I need you to get a VR headset. You should play that in VR.
I mean, I wasn't there for the cold scream, but or maybe I was, but it's legendary.
I saw the snippet of Cold Scream.
So it's so good. It's so good.
That was funny as hell.
Actually, that the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I'll be listening. I couldn't even mock them because if I'd have been in the same situation, I'd have been like, I'd have screamed too, like, oh shit. Resident Evil Requiem, it looks okay. I have no interest in Ashcroft or whatever. It's like, okay, that's cool. Lore wise, that's cool. I understand Ashcroft. They probably showed a bit too much in the little trailer part. I feel like maybe she doesn't die or whatever, but it's definitely, she probably turns into some horrible monster knowing the T virus and all these other mutation viruses they got going on in there. But like I said on the show yesterday, I have no interest in running around tripping all over the place. And the second trailer, I think I saw had the girl. She, to be fair, she was like coming out of some drugged comatose state. So maybe that's what it was, and maybe it's not permanent. But if she's falling all over the place, count me out. I did not sign up for scared white woman in a horror movie simulator. I did not sign up for that. I don't want to do that. I want to have a power simulation. If you got her, she's in a power situation. Perfectly fine with that. I want to be able to, fight. I don't want to be just, oh no, fall. I don't.
Well,
I have no
you won't be falling all over the ground all over this. That's not the type of game it is. You need to play. If you haven't played 7, you need to play 7.
You need to play
like
7.
7 is
watched
like
a
a
lot of
return
it,
to
too.
form.
I watched a lot of it. I shouldn't have done that, but I did watch some gameplay of it. And really happy for Silk Song to finally get a release. We got that coming September 4th. Super happy for that. I know it's not like some new standout or anything like that, but I mean, we got 2 weeks, or it was 2 weeks for that? Yeah. So
Aussies are killing it, man. They're just killing it.
Team Jerry. Shout out to the Aussies. And it was like one other game that I'm trying to think of. That's it. Shout out to my man Yuri. And are you blowing circles? I just saw that. Shout out to my man Yuri with the replaced team.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah, I talked to him, by the way, Holly. I got to talk to you about that. So he talking to Yuri and here and there. They're hard at work on this game. What we saw the other day, they got, like, if you all haven't checked it out, the IGN has a lot of playthrough time in it and everything.
Ryan
like
McCaffrey just dropped
video just
a
hit on
preview
IGN
today.
right now.
Oh, did he? I didn't
watched,
see that.
Like 7 hours ago, like that.
Yeah, I watched it. It is fantastic. It's a really nice preview. It's about
very
9
nice.
minutes.
I've played it. So
you played the demo for it.
Yeah. So I played it at GamesCom, and I'd be really interested to see like where it's gone from there, because it was not.
I think it's changed a lot.
Yeah, it was not as good as it looked, and I think if you talk to a lot of the guys, you talk to Cog and everyone who sort of got a chance to get hands on with it, like they'll be like, yeah, it was all right. And then I feel like the feeling coming out from this year is very different. So it seems like they've, I'm glad that they held it back, because it was supposed to be one of them 2021 games, right? I'm glad that they held it back and then they worked it into a better position, because it was okay. The combat was okay, but it was a cool setting, but it wasn't like as good as I thought it was going to be. But this sounds awesome. So yeah, I'm super hyped for it.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Go ahead,
I was just going to say, Ryan was just gushing about how good it was in various ways. So I think they have done a lot of upgrades.
Nice. Yeah. So like, I know, like, from what they showed in the preview as they were interviewing Igor, which is one of the teammates, his co-developer. They got like the Batman Arkham combat style going in it. It's 2.5D, cyberpunk aesthetic, right? Like all of that's really dope. And they also have, like, you can get the NPCs to get quests from them and stuff. They got more quests given to you than Mafia old country. And they also got like the, like secret stuff. They got the free roam. I heard the music was really good. Talking to Aaron is out there playing it as well. He was talking to Yuri, and he got they talked for a long time. So I soaked up a lot of that, and what I heard, I want to give it away because that's their private conversation. But everything I saw with that, everything I heard about it behind the scenes, sounds like they got a winner right there. And if I'm not mistaken, that's coming to Game Pass, right? That is coming to Game Pass, right?
It is, yeah. Well, it was advertised for Game Pass.
Replace?
Yeah. And Gray just mentioned that Routine is coming to Game Pass. That's how long ago it was revealed that I forgot that too. So yeah, that's dope too, Gray. Yeah, but that's about all I can think of off the top of my head. I know it's more, but that I feel like it's one more I want to mention, but that'll be good enough. I liked a lot of what I saw. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I think this year's good. We'll jump to Donte because we are running out of time. Donte, how are you feeling?
I'll just go really
top.
I'll just go really
what are
quick.
you-
I didn't actually get to watch it. I got to watch some of the trailers kind of after the fact. So I'll just my standouts real quick that I'm looking forward to. So the Divine Comedy looks really, really good. Cinder Cities actually looks like a game I would play, especially if like that would be one I think would be cool for like if they got into Game Pass. It's one of those ones where you would wait for it to see how it reviews, but if it's decent and if the price was not too crazy, I'd play it. Onimusha looks really, really good. Obviously Replace look really, really good. So that's one of the ones that I've been waiting for the longest time. So I'm hoping that they've got that to a point that it's closer to being released and the game actually lives up to its promise. Another game that I don't think it was at GamesCom, but it came out of the like this week in terms of one that is like my sleeper, but I'm interested in it because I really, really like this show. Is The Expanse Osiris, because I'm a really big fan of the show The Expanse. So I'm hoping that game. I mean, it's looking promising, and I'm hoping that game's going to kind of capture the same kind of feeling that I have from actually like watching the show The Expanse. So that's one that's on my radar as well.
No, awesome. The one that didn't get mentioned that I missed is Valor Mortis. Don't know if you saw it, but it's a first person.
That's one of the ones.
That's the one that was like my favorite out of the whole show, I think, actually, surprisingly enough. Yes.
Yeah, so that's a first person Souls like, so it's a little different. Looks like the hit detection's a little bit off, and Skill Up got a hands on it, so I watched that, and it does look like it's slightly off because I was watching IGN guy play it, and it looks like he's getting the blocks in, but they're not like registering or something. And then I watched Skill Up, and he said, yeah, they haven't quite got it down yet, but if they can get it right, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, looking forward to that one. That's like you wake up, you're in the Napoleonic period with the French army.
Yeah,
and everyone's turned into a zombie, and you're running around with a saber and a blunderbuss,
a flintlock
pistol,
or whatever. Yeah,
flintlock. That's the one. So yeah, it looks really, really good. So I'm interested.
Yeah. Oh, Silent Hill F. That I did mention that the other day. That actually does look really good to me as well. And that one is kind of Souls-like, by the way. But that looks pretty interesting to me.
So look, I'll score it, and then we'll do a quick round of scores. Honestly, I think this GamesCom's like a 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10.
Before you go, if I could, I just looked to see. It was one I forgot. Unbeatable. Did you all see that? Unbeatable looks good. And what was that? Absalom looked really good. Oh, and they show at Fate's End. They show gameplay.
Umbra liked every game in the show.
That's
it.
I liked a lot. Fate's End, we had already seen it, but we saw actual more gameplay this time in the combat with the bosses. That looked really damn dope. If you all haven't seen it, go check that out. It looked really good. Sorry.
Yeah, that's anime. It's unbeatable. Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I was like, skip.
Mm-hmm.
So look, honestly though, I think there was something for almost everyone here. I'm like 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10. Like they had a good spread breadth, and I'm just sort of scoring future games as well, and not just the opening night, but so far everything that's sort of come out that I've seen. So I'd say it's been a 10 out of 10 year for announcements of what's coming. Maybe a 9 out of 10 Gamescom, but yeah, 10 out of 10 for this. This is great to see, man. All these great games coming, a lot of them coming soon. So I'm super hyped for like the near future, and my backlog is going to be really upset. Donte, we'll go back around the other way. Donte, how are you feeling about the show?
I can't give it a score, fam. I didn't actually get to see the show as a whole, so that would be like not fair for me to basically give it because I take it for presentation and the whole thing, right? But there's a lot of good games that have been mentioned, so to me that's a solid showing. So I can say it was like it's not a forgettable Gamescom, right? Because some good stuff came out of it. So well done for them.
And traditionally, think back as well, man. Gamescom has traditionally just been like reshowings of stuff we've already seen, and there hasn't been a whole lot. It seems like Gamescom sort of stepped up to the plate.
In person, everybody gets to try the games at the different booths more so.
Yes.
Whereas the summer stuff are the showcase for the trailers, and Gamescom's like, hey, we got hands on. We can tell you how this thing is actually shaping up.
But yeah, this year it's the announcements and all that stuff as well. So I may book that flight for next year. I couldn't this year because I was holding out for something that didn't come through, unfortunately. So fuck them. Umbra, how's your score? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I feel you on that. By the way, I was asked too. Like, hey, you got to come out here, man. So I might try to keep some money this time and not spend and buy every damn thing. That said, game online. What's it? What do they call that thing with Jeff Keighley on one night game? I forgot the name of it.
Opening Night Live.
Opening Night Live.
Dickhead,
Thank you.
Dickheads on display.
Okay, it's on display. But that I thought was like a 7, right, out of 10. I think overall that included with everything they showed at Gamescom so far, man, about an 8 or a 9, probably like a 9 if I'm just because I liked so much. And I will be remiss actually if the one that slipped my mind, He-Man looked damn good. Did you all see that? He-Man and the Masters of the Universe beat him up.
So that.
Yeah, man, that's pure like nostalgia. Pure like I just went back to the 80s right there when I saw that. It looks really dope.
But can I rip their arms off and swap them over? You know what I mean? He-Man's arms on Skeletor and shit. You used to be able to do that. I used to. Who didn't rip the arms off the He-Man? I used to. Sorry.
Yeah, but no. If I have to combine them, I'm just going to combine them all because I considered all of that Gamescom. I'm just going to give it a 9 overall. I loved a lot of what I saw.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. That's what it's the closest to a 10 I've ever been, ever. And I mean, that's even like with the Xbox show. Like I was close to a 10. I'm closer to a 10.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a volume of good stuff coming out this whole week. Holly, how you feeling?
So I'm kind of like Donte where I put the presentation into it as well. And I think they did a good job with the presentation as the format. I give it an 8.5. The games there were a pleasant surprise because of exactly what you said, right? About how Gamescom usually doesn't have new announcements. It's just more an expansion on what we know is coming. I guess the only critique I have is that, now we're kind of in this cycle where we have at least 3 Keighley shows a year where it's all the same format. It's just that the one at the end of the year has some awards kind of shoved in between stuff. And I wish that he found a more creative way to do the presentations in 1 or 2 of them so that they don't all feel like, well, here we are sitting with Jeff on a stage, and you know what I mean? Like, I just would like to see, and I think the easy one to do is Summer Games Fest. They don't need to hold it in a theater because usually almost the only people that go to that are the industry people that are kind of in town, right? And I don't really think it's necessary. I wish they did some more creative things where they went and like recorded talking to somebody at their studio, and then presented that's just a nitpicky thing because now I'm seeing Jeff Keighley for 2 to 3 hours 3 times a year on a stage talking with some, and I don't have the same perception of Jeff Keighley maybe as Riskit does, so it's not about that. it's just that
you haven't met him.
Wish
Okay.
No, I haven't. I just wish that that he found some creative ways to do these shows instead of just always doing the stage thing. That's my critique.
Yeah, he's an untalented hack. This is what I'm hearing, and I'm just going to surmise. He's an untalented hack who couldn't run a show if his life depended on it. And he's a bit of a. Is that where you were going with it?
Of the host do not always.
No, man. It's all about, bro. It's all about.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'll never be getting up to one of them after parties again. I can tell you that if he sees me, I wouldn't even be on his radar. Next time I'm not going to shower for a month, and I'm going to go hug him.
Oh no. You take some of this Australian musk.
Well, it's been a fantastic show. We had a lot to talk about. I didn't think we would sit too long on those earlier topics, but we did. There's a lot coming out. I encourage everyone just to get out there on YouTube and just start scrolling through and seeing what's happening for future games and for Gamescom, because there's just some stuff that's like we haven't even touched on here, and it's looking like a really good couple of years coming up. So I'm super excited for gaming. Super excited for me. And super excited that all you guys came through to watch the show and support us. So we appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys in the chat. You're amazing. Please hit the like, subscribe, We'll try to have a pre-record next week, but I've been absolutely terrible at making that happen, and it is my fault. So I do apologize, but I'll work on it. I'll work on myself. Holly, let the people know where they can find you, what you're up to, and all that good stuff.
If you want to click on my name, follow me on my channel. I'm gonna attempt to get a video done. Maybe hopefully this weekend. I've got a few things going on, but I stream over there. So I streamed Peak with a couple friends last night, and it was a bundle of laughs, and it was a lot of fun. So I stream at least 2 to 3 times a week, and then also I try to make some content there. So just come find me. And then DeMarco Dude, I'm on his podcast on Thursday nights at 5:30 Central. So,
What's the name of his podcast?
Push Start Podcast. On
Push Start.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's me when I wake up in the morning. That's why I end up with crying in your car comments. But that's just being a 45-year-old man who hasn't looked after his body. But I did forget to mention as well our sponsor 4XP. Head down the chat and click the link for the channel sponsor. Absolutely fantastic drink. I've been smashing them. I've stopped buying my crazy V's. We have V's over here. I don't think you guys have them, but they're full of caffeine, full of crap. 4XP is not full of crap. It's absolutely all natural ingredients. And it doesn't give you a huge high, so you don't have a huge low, so you don't get that crash. So absolutely fantastic. Head down in the description, click that link, and Holly's link, and Donte. Let the people know where your stuff and things go. Yo.
Yeah. Catch me. All right. Catch you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. Catch me
Oh
on the
man, that
socials.
got me hyped right there.
Donte
Yeah.
Moody. Catch me on the socials. Peace, happiness. Peace.
I'm gonna let people know where I can find you, what you're up to, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. 4XP changed my life. Hear from the testimonial of Umbra. It improved me tenfold.
Stupid.
This is the voice of success. Thank you, 4XP.
Oh boy.
I went for longer, harder. Sorry.
Yeah.
Better, stronger, 2 seconds more. All the
He
pumps in
picked
the
that
world.
number himself, you know. He could have put
Yeah.
any number in there, but he was like 2 seconds.
That was my-
That's what.
I like being honest.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Hey, you see those
No.
races, man? Sometimes 2 seconds
Hey,
is a long
listen.
time. It's relative.
The difference
Relative.
between success,
Two
difference-
seconds.
the difference between success and failure sometimes is 2 seconds. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But you all can find me Infinite Umbra or Umbra Infinite on social media, and of course here with the family here at 8 o'clock typically Eastern here on Fridays. We had to change it up a little bit tonight, and I was
Thanks,
timely.
Brad.
The Umbra.
I was timely, of course.
Yeah, on time as always.
I try to do the best.
Yeah, prompt.
He was exactly on time
Yes.
on his time that it is every week. Yes. Yes.
Definitely was
Somebody go to the fix and donate $5 for him to buy a damn alarm, okay? Please.
I was
Umbra's
honestly
like, what is an alarm?
What is that? What is that contraption?
Alarme?
I'm alarmed by this. No, I was actually listening to Rand and Nick, and I was playing Titan Quest too. I was
Traitor.
listening. I know, right? I'm listening and watching them, and I'm listening to them and playing Titan Quest 2 on the old Steam, and I'm like, and Holly hits me up like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "Huh?" So like, time flew by.
It's
It really
true.
did. It really
It's
did.
true.
I was like, Holly, get on the show. Come on, let's go. But yeah, Tuesdays, 12 o'clock Eastern, on the Xbox Factor with Boom, myself, and Jamie Moran. And Thursdays, of course, The Fix with me and Daniel J. McG. I am talking about bringing a new member into the show, actually, and probably will be announcing that soon enough once I get all the new particulars done. I know what that. I know what that sound is
Snippy
for.
snap.
I know how you're doing that sound. Yesterday we had a great show, by the way, great guests. It was a very entertaining discussion with this great guest. Thank you, by the way, Soil Tech. I see your comment. But yeah, if you guys have not subscribed to the Fix, please go to the information in the description below and go sign up and become a member or not member. By the way, I can't turn on memberships. I don't know what the hell is stopping it.
Yeah, because I don't know.
You know what I think it is? I keep saying I think it might be the music because I get revenue sharing for the instrumental. Because dude tricked me when I paid for that. He was like, "Oh, it's original," and it's tracked to this other guy. And I go find other guy. I'm like, "Did this bastard just sell me somebody else's beat that he rapped over?" So
yep.
I had to get that done over. Shout out to Sean Labrie. He's doing an intro video for me now. He's going to do the layout and UI for me for the show. He's also already done the thumbnails. I got to show y'all how they look. They look pretty good. And so shout out to him as well. And thank you all in the chat for coming through and supporting us.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sean Labrie is a fantastic. He does a lot of things. He does a lot of things for a lot of people you wouldn't even know that he's been involved in. So, yeah, he is fantastic. Should be pretty good gear, man. I'd be happy to get rid of that beat. But yeah, fantastic. We head down the description, click those links, and we're gonna get out of here. So thanks for everyone coming through with the chat, all that good stuff again, and bloody wow.